Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks.
Saturday afternoon, we welcome you to Fenway Park for the first of two. The weather has been a demon of late in New England, and the Red Sox, after a thrilling, overwhelming win in Game 1 of a scheduled doubleheader yesterday, will play the first of a scheduled two here this afternoon. A little bit delayed. The Red Sox and the O's will start this game in about 5 minutes. The Red Sox will have Hunter Dobbins on the mound against Zach Eflin after a 19-5 destruction, including a 13-run eighth inning yesterday afternoon for the Red Sox over the Baltimore Orioles. Welcome to Fenway Park, along with Will Middlebrooks. I'm Will Fleming, and we expect to have two today, second and third of a four-game series with the downtrodden Baltimore Orioles. Sox come in right at 500, 26 up, 26 down, 16-33 for the Baltimore Orioles. Will, we will get into the goings-on today, the pitching matchups, the lineups, all the stuff that we normally do in the pregame. But the big headline today is everything that's going on with Alex Bregman. He showed up to the ballpark today, and he felt worse than he did yesterday. And he went to get an MRI. We don't have any of the results of that. We'll start with the basic truth, Will, which is the fact that that Bregman showed up feeling worse than yesterday seems to indicate, and Alex Cora sort of echoed this, it feels like Bregman's headed for the IL.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean, he's going to miss a ton of time. I think this could be a relatively quick stint on the IL if they choose to go that way, which it seems to be trending that direction. But just his reaction to it on the field, he didn't really limp off the field. That's a good sign. Just watching all those things, because me as a player has been through those injuries that are similar to that, and that didn't seem super terrible, I guess. But, but if there's a strain at all and you're going to have 4 to 5 days off, you don't want to be short on the bench while he just sits there. So I think it's smart. Let him take his 10 days if that's what he needs and get a fresh body up here.
And the question is, who will that fresh body be? I mean, Alex Cora was asked about it today. The main headline this morning, not only is Bregman headed for an MRI and likely a trip to the injured list, but Rafi Devers is not going to be asked to play third base, and so will. That begs the overarching question, is it now time for Marcelo Meyer?
I say yes. It's been more than time, and now we've said it's going to take an injury to get these guys up here. Well, their injury's here. I think see him in Game 2. I'll put that out there.
How dramatic and fun would that be on the nightcap of a doubleheader? Ramon Vasquez in the City Connect Greens is out there with the lineup card. Time now for the national anthem, brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com, where you'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming? Those broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the rampart we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, the clouds are parting at Fenway Park, and we're going to start in just a couple minutes. Hunter Dobbins has just come out of the home bullpen in right center field. And the Red Sox welcome the Baltimore Orioles at long last. Basically, 24 full hours behind schedule. This is supposed to be game 3 of the series, but here now game 2 after the rainout Thursday and half of a doubleheader yesterday. Hunter Dobbins leads the Red Sox out onto the field. The Morgan & Morgan starting lineups brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. The Red Sox put 19 up on the O's yesterday. Today, Baltimore trying to scrap and claw and stay somehow, some way alive in the AL East. Jackson Holliday, who had a big hit to give the Orioles a run yesterday, but all for naught. He leads it off. He's the second baseman. Then Adley Rutschman catches and bats second. Gunnar Henderson bats third. He's the shortstop. Ramon Urias at the hot corner, and he cleans up. Ryan O'Hearn is back in left field, batting fifth. Then Ryan Mountcastle, the DH, bats sixth. Cedric Mullins in center field, batting seventh. The right fielder Heston Kjerstad in the 8-hole, and Emmanuel Rivera, who got the brunt of that 13-run 8th inning on the mound today. He catches, and he rather plays first base, and he bats ninth. Meantime, for the Red Sox, looking to string a real offensive run together, even without Alex Bregman. They lead it off once again with Jarren Duran. He's in left field. Then Rafi Devers, the DH, bats second. Wilyer Abreu into the 3 spot, previously, of course, occupied by Bregman. Abreu's in right field. Carlos Narvaez is in the cleanup spot, and he will catch game 1 of this doubleheader. Nick Sogard plays Bregman's third base. He bats fifth. Trevor Story, the shortstop, bats sixth. Then Toro at first. Hamilton, the second baseman. And Ceddanne Rafaela bats ninth. In center field, that's the Morgan & Morgan starting lineup, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. Here we go. It's cloudy, a little ominous, but scattered showers in the area here this afternoon. Hoping to push on through this game 1 and indeed start game 2 on time. Dobbins and Holliday, Red Sox and the O's at long last will play game 2 of the series. Holliday into the left-handed batter's box. Dobbins first pitch, as is so often the case, 98-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 1.
Yeah, don't you just love this kid, right? Since square one, right when he got to the big leagues, he's just pitches fearless, goes right after these guys.
A 1 fouled off, a slider.
Now, something to watch with Dobbins today. The one little issue he has had has been against left-handed batters. Left-handed batters hitting .333. They've hit 3 homers off of them. There's 6 lefties in the Orioles lineup today.
Well, that and getting through in order a second and third time. 0-2 to Jackson Holliday. .272 with 6 homers, and he swings and misses at a slider. And a beautiful start for Dobbins. His first punch out. We started at 1:31, delayed by 26 minutes by rain. 51 degrees time and temp, brought to you by Hatfield Marinated Pork. Elevate your grilling game with Hatfield Marinated Pork tenderloins and taste victory with every bite. Visit simplyhatfield.com for recipes and put pork on your fork. 1 down. Here's Adley Rutschman, and a first pitch sweeper down and in for ball 1. I love the mentality that Hunter Dobbins brings to the mound every time he pitches. He's 100%. In attack mode. 1-0 to Rutschman. The pitch is outside with a sweeper. He establishes the inner half, Will. He is not afraid to be tough on the mound.
Yeah, and he can be tough with that four-seamer to lefties. It has a little natural cut to it, so it might look middle in at these lefties and get in on the hands just a touch.
214 with 5 homers for Rutschman. 1 down in the first, and that's a beautiful patented fastball. And it's 2-1. This is a little bit more secondary stuff to start this outing for him. He has been so fastball heavy first time through early in his big league career. The 2-1. That is low. Another slider, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, that's what the scouting report will tell you against some of these guys, that they like to ambush fastballs early in counts, and that's why you see him going to spin, going to that slider here early.
He's been really good in his first 6 starts. Here's a pitch that's right there. Slider, and a good one. It's 3-2.
Now, I think we see him utilize his split finger more, especially second, possibly third time through the lineup if he gets to that point. Hitters are just 2 for 16 against it, and with those lefties in the lineup, it should be effective for him.
32 2/3 innings, 26 strikeouts, and only 3 home runs allowed. 3-2 with 1 down. Dobbins throws, and a slider strike not called. Wow, that looked in there, maybe a little bit high, and Rutschman draws a 1-out walk.
Yeah, that had such a big break on it that it almost, I don't know if it fooled the umpire or not. I thought it might have caught the top of the zone. It was borderline.
No.
Narvaez, as good as he is back there, didn't exactly catch it great. which probably didn't help.
So unusual for him. 1 down, 1 on. Here's Gunnar Henderson. Rutschman leads, and Gunnar rips one inside the bag at first. It clangs off the wall. That's a good break for the Red Sox. Abreu plays the carom around second. Over to third goes Rutschman. And here come the O's. They've got him at the corners with only 1 out in the first. Yeah. I'm sorry, Will. That pitch that was called a ball to Rutschman, that's a strike at the top of the zone.
I totally agree. He missed that one, and that's exactly why that pitch right there, why he's been going to sliders so much here early in this one. Gunnar Henderson ambushing 96, pulling it down the right field line. Like you said, you got a good kick off the fence, saved a run.
So now first and third, a jam for Dobbins, who the first time through the order in his time of the Red Sox has been excellent. Here's Ramon Urias, strike on the outside corner. I wouldn't have guessed in late February that when the Red Sox and Orioles met on May 24th, the cleanup hitters would be Ramon Urias and Carlos Narvaez. That's where we are. No score at the corners. Wind is whipping. No rain for now. The 0-1. That's a fastball up and in, and it's 1-1.
You can kind of see some buildings in the distance. It looks like, what is that, Cambridge over there? It looks like it might be raining a little in the distance. There's scattered storms. Shouldn't be too crazy.
Look at you trying to play meteorologist.
Well, you know, I do have the weather out.
We got to get Dylan Dreyer back in the booth. She'd tell us what's going on. 1-1 with runners at first and third. No score in the top of the first. The pitch is looped into left center field. Duran, a long run back. He will not get there. This thing's going to bang off the wall and score at least 1 run. Gunner's being waved home. Story's relay throw. Not in time. Head first slide, and it's a 2-run double for Ramon Urias. And under cloudy skies at Fenway, the Orioles jump all over Dobbins, and it's 2-0.
And you know what? This was not a bad pitch. This is a slider down and away, borderline strike. Urias just goes down there and gets it, flips it. He didn't even look like he hit it well. It looked like he almost one-handed it, and it got all the way to the wall in left center.
It's hard to imagine how dominant Dobbins had been. I understand trying to alter things, get through a lineup, but he's thrown so much off speed as O'Hearn takes a strike on the outside corner. And, Will, this to me is a classic case of deciding between what a guy's strengths are versus trying to pitch to a philosophy or a lineup. It's 0-1 to O'Hearn and a soft ground ball foul on the first base side.
That's the thing. When you're building an approach as a hitter, I can speak to that, is when you want to base it around what you do well, not necessarily what the pitcher does well. And it goes both ways. All right, if he's got a good fastball, use it. If they make the adjustment and start hitting it, then you make the adjustment within the game.
And he's owned hitters the first time through with a fastball. 0-2 the pitch. Here's a soft comebacker to the mound. Dobbins gloves, looks to third, but he'll throw the first and retire O'Hearn for the second out of the inning. And look, this stuff is complicated. It's nuanced. It's a chess match that's constantly ongoing. But this is a different Hunter Dobbins. I know that the Orioles are left-handed heavy, and they got left switch, right, left, right in their order tonight. But this is a new look from a guy who has proven that he very much relishes the opportunity to attack with number 1. 2 runs in for the Orioles. A runner at third with 2 down. An inauspicious start to game 1.
Well, note to self, it hasn't worked here.
That's the point.
Yep.
2-0 O's. Here's Ryan Mountcastle, the pitch. Fastball. That's a strike on the outside corner. I mean, he commands the fastball about as well as anybody on the whole staff, and it's 0-1.
And a well-executed fastball, still hard to hit, right? I mean, he spotted a slider there, Urias, and he still hit it to the wall.
0-1 is a little outside. He's changed the slider a little bit down to AAA. He's got slider and sweeper, trying to vary the breaks on those. The curveball in the low 70s. Sweeper kind of 5 miles an hour harder than that, and then the slider. 1-1 swing and a miss. What do you know, the fastball's working in the first, and it's 1-2.
That's the thing, is once you establish the fastball and you get to 2 strikes like he is right now, you put that in the back of the hitter's mind. Okay, I'm late on 98, I gotta speed up, I gotta catch up to this. Boom, then they swing and miss at the off speed.
2 runs in for the O's. 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it is outside. Fastball with some cutting action. And it's 2-2. What a difference one injury makes. With Bregman out, you got Toro at first, Sogard at third, Hamilton at second with Story at short. The Baldwin group defensive alignment. 2-2, Dobbins throws. And a line hopper to first. It's actually just caught in the air by Toro. And the inning is over. So sort of slider heavy there for Dobbins. 2 runs in for the O's. Bottom 1 next. It'll be Duran, Devers, and Abreu against Zach Eflin. 2-0 O's in the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and hunker down for the Indy 500. Because exhilarating top speeds deserve a rush of flavorful refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Memorial Day sale and get 30% off paints and stains May 16th through the 26th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, back at Fenway, and it is pouring rain. Zach Eflin is on the mound. Jarren Duran, Rafi Devers, and Wilyer Abreu scheduled to hit here for the Red Sox. That's what we knew was coming today. There are going to be these intermittent periods of hard rain as Duran takes strike 1 from Eflin, a cutter on the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
Eflin coming off a ugly start against the Nationals. 10 hits, 8 runs. Command has been a little bit of an issue, finding a comfort spot for his delivery and his release. He's been changing his arm angle a bit.
This weather will not help. The 0-1 is drilled high and deep into right field. This thing is launched. It is gone! Into the Juvia. Duran says bye-bye. A solo shot, and the Sox jump all over Eflin. It's 2-1.
That ball is absolutely pounded, Willie. Good way to answer after giving up 2 quick runs there in the top of the first to the Orioles. Jarren Duran says, I got you right here on his 4th of the year.
And now Mike Muszlinski's getting dry baseballs for Zach Eflin. He's got the Wally mask on, which he'd be advised to keep on. It's Duran in this driving rain.
Got to get like a shield on it.
With a wiper. I mean, the grounds crew is ready down the right field line, but again, it almost looks like hail in a way, how big the drops are. It's just going to come and go, and now Mike Muszlinski is coming out, and this is going to be a tough call here for all of these umpires. Doug Eddings, the crew chief, is at the very least calling for the grounds crew to dry the field off. I don't think they're going to put the tarp on yet.
Oh, I'm looking at the radar right now. It looks like it's going to pass here pretty soon. Just a little bitty speck on top of us right now.
Now, if I'm Tony Mansolino, I'm not happy, right? Because it was pouring like that. They let Eflin throw a pitch in that rain. It got launched. And again, Mansolino is livid. Mike Muszlinski is saying we're not calling for the tarp yet. I mean, this is the point. The Red Sox have said to the umpires in the Major League Baseball, this is going to happen throughout the day. There's going to be these tiny little intense cells. We're going to have to, at times, wait it out and play through, because if not, we pull the tarp on, we got to wait 30 minutes, we got to re-prepare the field, and then you could be here forever.
And this, from what I heard when I talked to these guys, this is going to be the worst of it. This little patch right now, and it gets lighter and lighter as the afternoon goes on. and we'll be good to go. Looks like the next 10 minutes or so is this, and then we should be okay.
Who knew that Jarren Duran is the Red Sox best rain player? That thing was absolutely torched by Duran. And I will say that while I think this is absolutely, Will, the right course of action, Tony Mansolino and Zach Eflin are saying, well, nobody ever does this. You don't bring the grounds crew out in a heavy rain, pause the game, and not put the tarp on. And Tony is waving to his fielders to come in, and Zach Eflin's going to wait in the dugout. So, look, this is one of those things, Will, it's so hard to avoid. You had to start the game. The weather has sucked in New England this entire weekend. You can't start games. You can't get them in. You're trying as hard as you can to jam these 4 games in. And today is another one that's super challenging for everybody involved.
Yeah, and when you have scattered storms like this, too, it's so unpredictable. You just don't know when it's going to hit like it just did. Now it's almost all the way stopped again, and this is why they didn't tarp it.
And this is why the grounds crew talks to the umpires. It's why we talk to the National Weather Service. You have all this technology and all these gifts of information, and it really felt like it might just come in as a shock shower for like 30 seconds.
Yep.
You can't stop it every time today that it starts raining hard.
Well, only one person feels good about it right now, and it's Jarren Duran.
He's not taking it back.
He's like, I thought it was great weather to play in, honestly.
And the fans who scattered under cover now cheering again as the grounds crew puts that turfus kitty litter-like stuff out onto the infield dirt.
Kitty litter, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Drying agent.
They seem to be finishing up, right? Meow.
This is not Super Troopers, although we might get into that.
We should.
Just imagine you're sitting in the stands and in your hands is your first ice-cold Harpoon IPA of the game. Meow, not at the game. Find a local retailer at harpoon.com. Harpoon, first or forever. Please drink responsibly. I'd imagine the lines here at Fenway Park and some of those Harpoon vendors might be a little longer than usual. I mean, that's unbelievable. Again, nobody did anything wrong. I understand some of the frustrations of Eflin and the Orioles, but and Tony Mansolino is furious on the third base side.
You can't really get tossed for arguing the rain, right?
No, although he's pushing it a little bit. And, you know, the other thing is this Oriole team, 16-33. They are so frustrated. They get 2 runs off of Dobbins in the first inning. They think they're on a roll, and then all of a sudden it starts pouring. And you've been in those dugouts before, Will. You sort of think, like, what else can go wrong?
Totally. So, I mean, I was here in 2012. I was here in 2014. 2 awful years where things just didn't go right. And that's the case, right? You score too early. You're thinking, okay, we're off on the right foot. Eflin gives up a homer, and then you lose even more momentum when the rain happens.
Well, now they're coming back onto the field, which is incredible. Eflin leads them out. It still looks like a Picasso painting on the mound right now. They've not leveled everything out. I mean, it's streaks of dark and light browns.
That's more of a finger painting, you know. We have young kids. Let's be honest. That's, you know, when they have fingers in paint and they touch the fridge, that's really more what it is.
I mean, some people would argue cubism is sort of that exact thing, but be that as it may. Eflin is trying to find any footing on the front slope of the mound. This is amazing. I mean, this really looks like where's Waldo, right? Where are the Orioles players right now? There's 50 people in red grounds crew jackets, and now Eflin is on the mound trying to find footing and throw. The rest of the Orioles players are going to gradually come out. They got Kierstad in right, Mullins in center, and O'Hearn in left. One thing to think about, too, is that I don't know, at least right now, how much work they're going to do on the outfield warning track, but you're really seeing some gathering puddles out there, too. I'll tell you what, we're going to step aside for 60 seconds as they prepare the field here. Red Sox and the O's 2-1. Eflin going to resume his warm-up tosses in just a moment. What a wild weekend, and weather, again, a part of it here this afternoon. 2-1. Still nobody out in the bottom of the very first inning, game 1 of 2. Back with more on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
With McValue at McDonald's, you don't just get deals on the drinks, you get deals on McDonald's drinks. So when you're breaking a sweat, embrace the chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Don't just pass the vibe check. Ace it with drinks like Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, or any size soft drink for $1.39. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, back at Fenway Park, the rain has mostly stopped. Zach Eflin, frustrated though he might be, is back on the mound. And here is the hottest hitter on planet Earth, Rafi Devers, who drove in 8 runs yesterday. He's got 47 stakes to lead Major League Baseball, hitting .299. The pitch is down and in. After that awful 0 for 21 start, he's hitting .333. with a .720 OPS. Slugging percentage, I should say.
Goodness gracious.
1-0. The pitch is fouled off on the third base side.
Hey, when you're feeling good, you're feeling good, right? I mean, that was a hellacious hack.
And it should be. The way he's swinging it.
1-2, like, you just start... When you have a game like you had yesterday, I mean, you were feeling good coming to the ballpark. You cannot wait to hit.
He had to wait a little while today because of the rain delay. 1-1 is fouled on the third base side. He's such an alien, Will, where his swing is so different, where he starts fouling balls off on the left field side, and you just know thunder's coming. And he's in that groove right now. He's got the yellow shoes on. 1-2, the pitch is low. Cutter, and it's 2-2.
You know, I think something with Rafi is, you know, you see the RBIs, you see the homers. I'm most impressed with his walks. I mean, that walk rate is one of the best in baseball. It's gone up every year since 2022, and right now it's elite.
Well, that's what Alex said before the game. 2-2 pitch is grounded hard up the middle to second baseman Holiday. Backhands on the run, he throws to first, and Devers is gone for out number 1. He was asked, is this the best you've ever seen him? And he said, yes, because of the way he's dominating the strike zone. And it's true. He's gotten on base at a .415 clip.
He's just not chasing outside of the zone. It's really impressive.
And how many times has he gone from 0-2 to 3-2? Here now, Wilyer Abreu for the first time, batting third, because Bregman got an out. Right, Willie drives one high and deep, and a right field. Goodbye! Another solo homer. Number 3 suits Willie just fine, and we're tied at 2.
You know, Eflin might shy away from that cutter from this point going forward. Cutter to Duran, homer. Cutter into Abreu, see ya. That's 2 of them here off of the cutter, and that one was mashed.
You know, even without Bregman, Will, this offense is the one we sort of expected to see. That it has happened in bunches, but after the 19-run outburst, you felt like they might come today and be ready to eat.
Confidence is everything in everything. Doesn't matter if you're baseball, whatever you're doing, when you're feeling good about yourself and you're having success and getting results, you tend to keep rolling.
So here's Carlos Narvaez, the cleanup hitter. Sox have tied it with 2 solo blasts. He takes a sinker for strike 1. He has been unbelievable, Narvaez has. 8 for his last 18. Drove in a couple in the 13-run 8th last night. The 0-1 is a strike. Didn't have to be. That was a sweeper that looked away, but called a strike,
just
and it's 0-2.
2 pitchers' pitches right there. Sinker down on the corner, sweeper down and away right, got it on the black. Just pitcher's pitch.
What a revelation this guy's been. 0-2, the pitch is swung on and fouled off of Rutschman. So how about his last 14 games? Hitting .435 with an 1183 OPS.
Goodness gracious.
And this is the best defensive catcher in the game by a lot of the numbers.
Yeah, 8 defensive run saves. That's best in MLB for catchers.
2-2, 0-2, I should say, to Narvaez. The pitch is ripped on the ground. Fair ball! That's going to bang off the wall. It deadens into left field. Narvaez makes the turn at first. He heads for second. Throw! Not in time. Head first slide. And Narvaez has a 1-out double.
The beat continues. It just doesn't matter if he's down 2 strikes or not, if he's out front. Everything he hits right now seems to find a hole. That's a big curveball. It ends up hanging up in the zone for him, and he just keeps it inside the third base bag. It rattles around. Not the prettiest slide. All the kitty litter out there. Saw a little bit of a scorpion Kevin Millar slide in the second, but hey, double.
Yeah, you
Can't
bang
be good
the
at
face
everything.
and the tail, the feet kind of curl back over your back. The green is more brown now for Narvaez, and here is Nick Sogard, who's been so impressive. He's hitting .297. Here's a swing and a miss at a curveball, and it is 0-1. I mean, Narvaez is just ridiculous right now. He's the first Red Sox rookie catcher to start and bat cleanup since Bob Tillman in 1962.
Come on.
Why not? The 0-1 is chopped foul on the third base side. And it's 0-2. You can't say enough about what Narvaez is doing.
He can't. Offensively, defensively, good teammate. Just kind of quietly goes to work every day. You don't really hear him talk much. But he is getting it done.
0-2 to Sogard. 5 for his last 10. 0-2. He is in the dirt. A curveball. Eflin does not look sharp.
Oh, he doesn't. And, you know, talking to some people from the Orioles, I know he's been trying to fix his arm angle. It's been going down. I looked at it by year. It's actually gone down several degrees 3 years in a row now, and that's affecting his command.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and it is drilled high into center field on a line, but Mullins is right there. More loud contact by Sogard. He has been so impressive offensively, two-way.
I mean, he had 188 in his time in AAA before coming up, but he's been so versatile. He's been great at first base, considering he's learning that position. Playing third base today, he can play any infield spot, which is great for the flexibility of this roster.
The Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. All right, here's Trevor's Story, who doubled off the position player in the 8th inning last night. See if that'll get him going. 2 in, runner at second with 2 outs, and Trevor takes a cut fastball outside for ball 1. Against Eflin in his career, Trevor has been fantastic. 6 for 13 with a homer. But could he use a breakout in a huge way? The 1-0 is low. Sinker, and it's 2-0. In case you're just joining us, Alex Bregman went to get an MRI. Showed up to the ballpark more sore with a right quad, and Marcelo Meyer has been held out of the Game 1 lineup in Worcester. 2-0 to Story. The pitch is drilled, rather a pop-up into shallow right field. Back on it goes Holiday. In comes Kierstead, and Holiday, that was pretty lackadaisical. He made the play, and the inning is over. Red Sox, though, do get 2 homers from Abreu and Duran to tie the game 2-2 after 1 in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and hunker down for the Indy 500, because exhilarating top speeds deserve a rush of flavorful refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
In Philly, everyone's reading 2025's One Book, One Philadelphia selection, The Upcycled Self by Tariq Black Thought Trotter. This year's celebration includes a family day with arts, crafts, and a movie, a night of poetry and art, and more, all hosted by the Free Library and inspired by The Upcycled Self and its powerful themes. On May 9th, join us for Who Owns Your Story, a discussion with local storytellers led by Jasmine Martin. Schedule an info at freelibrary.org/onebook. freelibrary.org/onebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liddy Dunn.
To the graduating class of 2025, today we celebrate all of our hard work, late nights, and the most craveable Raising Cane's chicken fingers and cane sauce that got you through it. Get out there and commemorate this moment with a grad plush puppy. Net proceeds from these paws go to a good cause. So whether you're graduating with honors or just happy to have survived finals, go forth and treat yourself to Raising Cane's and take home the cutest classmate ever. Because you've earned it. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
The Greg Hill Show. Weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hunter Dobbins back to the mound, and the Red Sox immediately get him off the hook. 2-2 as we go to the second inning. Wilyer Abreu's hit 12 home runs, and Duran blasted his 7th to lead off. That's the 8th time this year. Now in 53 games, the Red Sox have hit 2 homers in the same inning. They tend to come in clusters. So now Dobbins to face Mullins, and then Kjerstad and Emmanuel Rivera. Today's first baseman of the Herb Chambers batting order. Dobbins with Sogard way in at third, fires a fastball. It's on the outside corner for strike one. First strikeout from Dobbins, brought to you by Weichert Realtors. 0-1 to Mullins. That is called a ball, a slider. He threw a lot of those in the first, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, that one was borderline. I think that was a makeup call from the first pitch strike that was a little bit outside.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Good curve. He's not thrown a ton of those yet, but it's 1-2.
Yeah, he's mixing speeds from square one today, unlike him normally being so fastball heavy. Hopefully we get back to that fastball here in the second.
He's going to step off. When you hire a Weichert agent, you can be sure you got a partner who'll guide you every step of the way. Weichert. Dream. Move. Home. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Great curveball. And Dobbins retires Mullins. Couple of punch outs. Or if you're in the Middlebrooks family, you can move while your husband and dad is on the road. 1 down, and that'll bring up Orioles 8-hole hitter, Heston Kjerstad.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that. I'm going home tomorrow, and it's going to be 4 straight days of just packing, throwing stuff away. I'm probably going to have a bonfire of kids' toys in the backyard.
It is amazing how much plastic junk we all accumulate. Here's Kjerstad, swing and a miss at a good slider, and it's 0-1.
That's the best part of this whole move. It's not the new house. It is getting rid of everything.
How far is the move? How long from your current home are you moving?
It's in my same neighborhood. It's literally 2 blocks away.
You're so weird. 0-1 to Kjerstad. 2-2 Red Sox in the O's. Top of the second. Here's the pitch. He is down and in. Using some of that Saquon Barkley commercial money to get yourself a new home.
Yeah, sure.
How was Saquon?
Moving within the same community is like divorcing your wife for her sister.
1-1. I'll stop you there. Swing and a miss and a slider. It's 1-2. I mean, look, you like where you live. You want a little more room, bigger pool, bigger patio.
You know. Tu sabe.
1-2. You sounded like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire. Foul ball on the first base side. Out of play, and it stays. The ball and 2 strikes. What a crazy run this thing is right now for the Red Sox. They lose Bregman. Narvaez, he is now the cleanup hitter. And he's doubling left and right. He almost homered last night. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a slider. Dobbins is cooking here in the second. Back-to-back strikeouts, and they're 2 away.
Now, he's still going to the slider a lot, like he did in the first. But the fastball is getting him ahead. It's getting them off of the slider, and then with 2 strikes, going to the off-speed. Much more effective.
We'll take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, Hunter Dobbins just uncorked a 98-mile-an-hour fastball that's fouled back to the screen by Emmanuel Rivera.
Well-known reliever. He gave up a few runs yesterday.
Pounded yesterday.
How's that arm going? Not as sore as his neck.
I love what Abraham Toro said after the game yesterday. He said, I was sort of trying to figure out whether to throw on the edges of the plate, throw harder, throw softer. I said, you know what, we're up 14. I'm just going to groove it in there. It worked. 0-1 pitch is outside, a slider. He gave up the grand slam to Devers, did Rivera. Truth is, the Red Sox did all their damage against the regular pitchers for the O's, including Cionel Perez in that 8th. 1-1 is a slider that's outside, and it's 2-1.
I think I was most impressed in the 6th against Soto when he came in. Tough left-on-left matchup. Duran smokes a ball in the left center gap, and then Devers with the big homer.
2-1. Pitch is called a ball. It was a little high with the fastball, 97 miles an hour. Get sizzling this Memorial Day with the amazing 4-day sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Beef sirloin steak tips, value pack are $6.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon. 3-1 pitch. That is line foul down the right field line and on the play 3-2. But seriously, how was Saquon Barkley?
She said he was one of the nicest athletes she's ever been around, which I kind of expected. He seems like that guy.
I hate to say it about an Eagle, really.
Tell me about it. I'm a Cowboys guy. I hate the Eagles, but here we go.
My little boys call him steak on broccoli. The 3-2 pitch is foul straight back. He got away with a hanging sweeper there, and it's 3-2.
Steak on broccoli.
Yeah.
I love that.
Of course, they've become Washington Commanders fans, and they played in the NFC title game, and all fired up for Jaden Daniels. And on the first play, Barkley, what, he goes 65 yards to the house? 3-2 is lined up the middle off the mound. The second baseman Hamilton picks it. He throws to first. Steak on broccoli there. We go to the bottom of the second. Tied at 2 on the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and hunker down for the Indy 500. Because exhilarating top speeds deserve a rush of flavorful refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Memorial Day sale and get 30% off paints and stains May 16th through the 26th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Abraham Toro is going to lead it off for the Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the second. It feels like every time Eflin's feet touch the mound, it starts to rain. It did when he walked out for the second inning. Abraham Toro, then David Hamilton and Cedon. Toro's the 7th batter, sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Here's Toro, who's been really good for the Red Sox. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Toro with a little sneaky 5-game hitting streak, hitting 300 in that span with a couple doubles and a bomb.
0-1. He is swung on and missed. He's gotten clutch hits, too. That was a curveball fan. Then it's 0-2. Red Sox made a really competitive offer to Eflin before the 23 season, almost exactly the money that was offered by the Rays. The 0-2 is looped into right field, and coming on is Kjerstad to make the play. So Toro is out number 1. Eflin wanted to be back in Florida after a long run with the Philadelphia Phillies, and in his first year with the Rays, like so many others, he was awesome. And then last year, ERA ballooned a little bit to above 4. The Rays fell out of it, traded him to the Orioles. He pitched well down the stretch, but a 5.08 ERA coming in. Here's David Hamilton, who's hot at the plate. He takes a cut fastball for strike one.
Is 353 in 14 May games. 12 for 34. He has had some pinch hits mixed in there.
0-1. There's a ground ball up the middle. He can fly, but it's right at Holiday. He gloves and throws to first in time. Yeah, they're two-way. You've lived a lot of big league seasons, Will. Why is it that so many hitters after 5, 6, 7 weeks, beyond just the warmth and the weather, start to really heat up at the plate?
Your timing still feels better. I mean, I know you have spring training, you get 40 at-bats or so, and you get timing, but nothing compares to just being in the big stadiums. You add the third deck.
Here is Cedon. He swings and misses at a sweeper way outside.
And it's just, getting a routine, getting set and comfortable with a routine on the road and at home, and you just settle in. That's all, as simple as that.
0-1 to Rafaela. Pitch is low and outside. He's gotten a little more swing happy of late. Alex Cora surprised some people when he said in a pinch, Cedon might be able to play a little third base. He sort of corrected himself today and said that is not remotely in conversation for the everyday idea. The 1-1 is outside, but he did emphasize, Alex, with again Bregman going to get an MRI for that quad injury. Versatility. They want as many guys that can play multiple positions as possible to survive the Bregman injury. 2-1. Pitch is chopped toward third. Coming in is Urias. He gloves. He throws to first in time. A very quick 3 outs recorded by the Red Sox in the second. 2-2 after 2 on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Summer is calling and Macy's is answering with outdoor living essentials to help you create unforgettable memories in your own backyard. Think great outdoor furniture deals like the 9-piece Bristol teakwood set, now $23.99. And even better, we'll deliver it, set it up, and whisk away all that packaging too. It's that easy to make home your favorite summer destination. But hurry in, Macy's Memorial Day sale is going on now. Savings off sale and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply. Furniture delivery fees may also apply.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
In Philly, everyone's reading 2025's One Book, One Philadelphia selection, The Upcycled Self by Tariq Black Thought Trotter. This year's celebration includes a family day with arts, crafts, and a movie, a night of poetry and art, and more, all hosted by the Free Library and inspired by The Upcycled Self and its powerful themes. On May 9th, join us for Who Owns Your Story, a discussion with local storytellers led by Jasmine Martin. Schedule an info at freelibrary.org/onebook, freelibrary.org/onebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liddy Dunn.
To the graduating class of 2025, today we celebrate all of our hard work, late nights, and the most craveable Raising Cane's chicken fingers and cane sauce that got you through it. Get out there and commemorate this moment with a grad plush puppy. Net proceeds from these paws go to a good cause. So whether you're graduating with honors or just happy to have survived finals, go forth and treat yourself to Raising Cane's and take home the cutest classmate ever. Because you've earned it. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jackson Holiday to lead it off against Hunter Dobbins as we go to the third inning. 2-2. Sort of a brightening Fenway Park as the first pitch. Slider on the outside corner, strike one. Dobbins gave up 2 in the first, settled in the second with a couple strikeouts. Holiday struck out his first time, the 0-1. What do you know? Swing and a miss, 97 elevated, perfect pitch, and it's 0-2.
Tell you what, that fastball jumps at a Hunter Dobbins hand. Love it. Is that? Tell me it ain't so. Is that sun?
What is that thing?
What's that big bright thing in the sky?
I don't recognize it. 0-2. Line drive into center field. That's a base hit. He hung a slider there, did Dobbins. Been really slider heavy here, and Holiday rips a leadoff hit in the top of the third. Rivalry Report is sponsored by River Spring Residences, setting a new standard for memory care in New York City. 833-79-RIVER. Visit riverspringresidences.org/radio to schedule a tour. In the inimitable words of John Sterling, you can't predict baseball, Susan.
You also can't throw an 0-2 slider right down the middle.
No.
That's what's going to happen.
Yankees fell in Colorado last night as Rutschman takes a sweeper for strike one.
I mean, is that not the most just baseball thing to happen?
It is. 3-2, the Rockies. Gordon beat Schmidt. Always reminds me of Adam Sandler and Chris Farley by the pool. Every time I say the name Schmidt, the 0-1 is a little bit low. That's a splitter. He's not throwing many of those, and it's 1-1.
Well, I figured he would go to that more the second time through the lineup. It's been a really good pitch for him. He just doesn't use it a whole lot. Throws it about 12% of the time.
Holiday can run a little bit. The 1-1 is foul on the third base side. Slider, and it's 1-2. And made a nice play. We are one of 2 games underway. The Royals just got started in Minnesota. Scoreless there. Subaru of New England scoreboard. A little love goes a long way in the 25 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Pitch down and in. Curveball. Dobbins is really showing them all here today. And it's 2-2 to Rutschman. If the Orioles are going to get where they want to go, not just this year, but beyond. This guy, Adley Rutschman, has got to turn it around. 2-2 pitch is a foul ball. Third base side.
Another slider down the middle. Just not great command with that pitch. He's made some good pitches with it, but so far, I mean, it's just a lot of them over the plate. I would love to see good old number 1 up in the zone right here.
Twins have won 15 of their last 17 games.
Unbelievable. I think it started when they were here.
It did. Took 2 of 3 from the Sox. 2-2. The pitch is a fastball skied into left field. Duran back onto the warning track. He's got room in front of the wall to make the play. Rutschman, sort of a lazy fly ball, and there's one away. Third inning. Brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going cross town, Club Citgo saves you money on every fill-up along the way. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Here now, Gunnar Henderson ripped a base hit down the right field line his first time. I can't wait to hear from Dobbins and Andrew Bailey after the game. It seems to me that a likely explanation for mixing in all this off-speed stuff, secondary pitches, is trying to get deeper into the game. Because it's been a totally different mix for him. 1 on, 1 out, tied at 2 in the third. The pitch. There's a fastball that's a little bit high, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, and a lot of these hitters here for Baltimore love ambush. They love first pitch swings, especially the guys that do damage in their lineup. So that's probably the main reason. Just mixing it up.
This is one of them. Henderson. Pitch is swung on a miss. Good slider there. And hits a ball and a strike. To your point, I mean, it was a fastball that he got the first time and just crushed it. Down the first base line. 1-1 to Gunnar. Pitch down and in. Another slider. And it's 2-1. He has thrown 7 first pitch strikes to the first 12 hitters, Dobbins has, but as of right now, not exactly razor sharp. A splitter fouled off, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, he's really mixing it up. I'm still always going to lean on his fastball. It's a good pitch for him.
2-2, the pitch fouled off.
Oof.
Slider there. He got away with another one there.
Another one, just center cut. I mean, that's the one that's going to get you hurt. He's trying to get that down in the zone. It's just not finishing that pitch. Not getting out front far enough. It's hanging up, spinning over the middle.
1 on, 1 out. 2-2 the score in the top of the third. 2 the count to Henderson. The pitch is in the dirt. Stopped there by Narvaez. A curveball, and it's 3-2.
Well, something else with these Red Sox pitchers, and we've seen it a lot, is getting ahead. 0-2, 1-2, and then hitters working their way back to full counts, and it's just not efficient with the pitch count. That's another reason these guys are only going 4 or 5 innings at a time, and the bullpen has been having to cover so much.
Third 3-2 count of the game. The runner goes, and the pitch is strike 3 called on the corner. And they didn't even bother to throw down to second. Holiday stole that bag off of Dobbins. I don't think they forgot how many outs there were, but nobody even moved to the bag. That's a big pitch, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, that's Narvaez. Actually, that's really smart by the catcher there, because so many times in those full counts, catchers come up to catch that and throw, and they block the umpire's view, and the umpires just seem to ball borderline pitches. That was a strike. He made sure to get it by holding the glove there.
Prioritize the strike. Runner at second with 2 down. Here's Urias, and he takes a slider outside for ball one. Of course, Mike Estabrook missed that one when Narvaez gunned down the runner at second. Different situation, but you're right. When the catcher's moving in front of the zone, weird things can happen. 1-0. Dobbins at the belt. The pitch is loop foul on the first base side. Now to play. Urias drove in a couple runs his first time with a double. Sox answer with solo home runs from Duran and Abreu in the first. 2-2 the score. 1-1 with a runner at second. The count. Pitch is way up in it. I have to tell you, I don't want anybody to get hit, but I love that Dobbins does that. He establishes and owns the inside part of the plate.
The best pitchers in this game are not afraid to go in on guys, right? You want to make the hitters uncomfortable. If you're able to hang out over the plate, all of a sudden those breaking balls are going to get hit a lot harder. But if you're a little bit worried and you have to back off the plate just a touch, you're not going to be able to lean out over the plate.
Sun is sort of shining at Fenway Park right now.
Until Eflin comes back out, at least.
Bring the umbrella to the mound. 2-1. The pitch is strike on the inside corner. 97 miles an hour. How do you do? And it's 2-2.
Take that. A couple inches off the plate in.
When you establish that in, can you go away here?
I mean, that's 2 pitches up and in. I don't know why you wouldn't just go hard slider down and away, but he's been leaving that over the plate. If he does that, got to make sure you get it down and away, because that's the one that will get pummeled after those 2 pitches in.
He'll step off here, chasing Holiday back to the second base bag. We'll get you the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. We'll get you the question at Sox Booth on Twitter and X. 2-2. Pitch. That is a slider and a good one. I mean, it was up, though. A little bit of a hanger, actually. And Urias fouls it off. It stays 2-2.
I mean, he keeps getting away with it, but there's a reason for that, right? These guys are having to gear up for 98, so they're not waiting back on that slider. That's what's allowing them to miss those hittable sliders over the plate.
2-2. Pitch. Fastball swung on and miss. He got him. 98 much better. Inning over. Dobbins has fanned 5. Then he pitches out of a little jam. We go to the bottom of the third, tied at 2. Duran, Devers, and Abreu buckle up after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, we fight for you, making sure big insurance doesn't throw you a curveball. With over $25 billion recovered, we're the home run hitters you need.
This is gone.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan is responsible for this ad. John Morgan is licensed in Florida and Tennessee. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Save now with Memorial Day deals at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Whirlpool. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more, like the Whirlpool top-load washer with removable agitator. Leave it in for everyday loads. Take it out for bulky items. The choice is yours. Lowe's. We help. You save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and hunker down for the Indy 500, because exhilarating top speeds deserve a rush of flavorful refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Ask your smart speaker to play. 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
On we go into the bottom of the third inning. Tied at 2. Jarren Duran, who homered his first time, takes a cutter not even in downtown Boston. Misses outside, 1-0. He launched, so did Abreu.
That cutter was more Watertown-ish.
1-0 is swung on and missed. A change-up. And it's 1-1. I know you're house hunting in the Boston metro area.
Unfortunately.
Inexpensive endeavor. The 1-1 is way outside. Fastball not close, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, look, I hit 43 career homers. Multiple homes is tough.
Thank God for Jenny. 2-1. Eflin sets at his belt. He throws. And Duran, these are such easy takes for Duran. It's 3-1.
Well, this is what, when you take a guy deep in your first at bat, that's what it does. He tries to throw that cutter back door. He just doesn't have that in his bag of tricks today.
3-1. Here's the pitch. And that is a ball. So Duran homered his first time, draws a leadoff walk here. And here come the Red Sox in this bottom of the third. The New England Chevy dealer question of the night, which has sort of already been answered by Narvaez. Who would you like to see grab hold of the cleanup spot in the Red Sox batting order? Abreu, Anthony, Narvaez, or other? We'll get to the answers as we finish this game one. Here's Devers, who swings and fouls a changeup off. It took a bite out of Rutschman, and it's 0-1.
Hopefully our buddy Jeff Wax chiming in. He loves when we talk about those kind of things on here.
This is not a participation award. Get serious. Who wants to hear from Fleming on anything baseball?
Middlebrooks hasn't played in the big leagues in over 10 years. Right.
Seems like a really good time, doesn't he? 0-1 to Devers. Sox and O's tied at 2. Lighten up, Francis. Duran leading at first. I don't think he's going to go the way that Devers is swinging the bat. Eflin sets the pitch. Is outside, a fastball, and it's 1-1.
I mean, Eflin is really just starting to nibble.
Yeah.
Right? They have scared him out of the zone. He doesn't trust his stuff right now. The command is not great, and he knows if he misses to several of these guys, he's already felt it. He's losing that baseball.
Devers grounded out to second his first time here. He grounds it up the middle, probably going to be a double play. Henderson has it on the bag at second for one, over to first, 2, a double play. He is human after all. And they're 2 away.
Yeah, he got Raffy on a good changeup right there. He had a ton of cutters and fastballs out of the zone. Finally got something in the zone, and it just 86 mile an hour took just enough off of it for Raffy to hit it off the end.
Of course, Alex was asked before the game today, Cora that is, about with the injury to Bregman, whether they would revisit the idea of Devers playing third. He said no. He said, I'm not going to close the door on it, but for now, we've made the call. Here's Abreu. He takes strike one, a fastball in the outside corner, and it's 0-1. And Will, that conversation, that question is not going away.
Yeah, well, it's a lot easier to talk about when he's hitting like he is.
Yes, it is. 0-1 to Abreu, who launched his 12th homer his first time. Tied at 2 in the third. The pitch is outside with a fastball. 1-1. League leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining. Drainsbyjames.com. They give a poop about your pipes. Here's a ground ball to first. It's backhanded over there by Rivera. He'll take it himself to the bag. And the inning is over. We'll get you some of those leaders when we return after 3. Tied at 2 in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Summer is calling, and Macy's is answering with outdoor living essentials to help you create unforgettable memories in your own backyard. Think great outdoor furniture deals like the 9-piece Bristol teakwood set, now $23.99. And even better, we'll deliver it, set it up, and whisk away all that packaging too. It's that easy to make home your favorite summer destination. But hurry in, Macy's Memorial Day sale is going on now. Savings off sale and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply. Furniture delivery fees may also apply.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Save now with Memorial Day deals at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Whirlpool. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more, like the Whirlpool top-load washer with removable agitator. Leave it in for everyday loads. Take it out for bulky items. The choice is yours. Lowe's. We help. You save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
In Philly, everyone's reading 2025's One Book, One Philadelphia selection, The Upcycled Self by Tariq Black Thought Trotter. This year's celebration includes a family day with arts, crafts, and a movie, a night of poetry and art, and more, all hosted by the Free Library and inspired by The Upcycled Self and its powerful themes. On May 9th, join us for Who Owns Your Story, a discussion with local storytellers led by Jasmine Martin. Schedule and info at freelibrary.org/onebook, freelibrary.org/onebook.
Art, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm going to go to the top of the fourth inning. The Red Sox and the O's, as they're called down in Baltimore, tied at 2. Fourth inning brought to you by Cars for Kids, the easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today, and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That is cars with a K. Well, the internet is rolling right now. Some big-time rumors coming from Worcester as Hunter Dobbins fires in a ground ball on one hop into his glove. He snares it and underhands to first. Ryan O'Hearn on one pitch is gone.
Hashtag pitchers are athletes.
Was that Bill Clinton? What was that?
Does it sound like Bill Clinton?
I'll tell you. That was pretty good glove, man.
I'll tell you what. I don't have a good Bill Clinton, but I'll take it.
The reports are that Marcelo Meyer's coming up. In all seriousness, all the writers down there in Worcester are saying that he's getting congratulations in the Worcester clubhouse, which is sort of bittersweet, actually. The Ryan Mountcastle takes a fastball that misses just outside for ball one. And the reason it's bittersweet is because he's coming up because that means Bregman is going to go onto the injured list after the MRI to his quad. We'll wait for more on that. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, a slider, and it's 1-1. It's the last way you wanted Meyer to come. You hope that we get news that the injury to Bregman is short-term. However, man, it's been a long time coming for Marcelo. The 1-1 is fouled off on the first base side. And we don't want to put any undue pressure on any of these young kids. Campbell, Meyer, Anthony. But this is really a flashback to the days of Mookie and Xander and Jackie and then Benintendi. 1-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball, 97, and Dobbins has yet another punch-out, 6 for him. Yeah, and they're 2 away in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, I steer clear of like the comparison thing. You know, we saw what happened with Bayo, and he's the next Pedro. He's a young Pedro, and that's never good for a player. I'm sorry. Just let these guys be themselves. Now comparing the excitement is different, right? The excitement
that's what I'm talking about. Of course, Cedric Mullins, who takes a fastball for strike one. I don't mean Marcelo needs to be Mookie or even Jackie or Xander, but we've been following these kids now for 3 years going. And the top prospects in the game is a swing and a miss on a Dobbins curveball, and it's 0-2. And you'd have to think, well, we'll see, right? I mean, I think he'll play tonight or tomorrow. You might get him up. Alex Cora likes to get a guy a day in the clubhouse. Now, Marcelo is so confident. He oozes sort of big league aura. 2-2 in the top of the fourth. We saw him dominate in spring training. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and missed. He got him, and Dobbins strikes out a pair. He is rolling. We go to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 2, Red Sox and O's. Marcelo is coming on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please. Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, we fight for you, making sure big insurance doesn't throw you a curveball. With over $25 billion recovered, we're the home run hitters you need.
This is gone!
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan is responsible for this ad. John Morgan is licensed in Florida and Tennessee. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hi, this is Marcelo Meyer. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
It's a nice job by Dave Azer back at the flagship WEEI, the Marcelo Meyer rejoin. The Red Sox have not made an official announcement, but we can say pretty definitively, multiple reporters now have it, that Marcelo's coming to the big leagues, presumably for Alex Bregman, going on to the injured list. As Will said, it's a lefty tonight, likely Rogers on the mound, which probably complicates Meyer making his debut tonight in Game 2, but he'd be available off the bench. Here is the new cleanup hitter for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez. The pitch is a little bit outside with a sweeper for ball one. So it's happening on this 24th day of May. The first wave of those big prospects coming up. 1-0 is outside ball two. Campbell made the team out of spring training. Right-handed bat, could play second base. Meyer, 4th overall pick 5 years ago. And that will be exciting. 2-0 is in there. Fastball in the corner. It's 2-1.
Yeah, and out of camp it made sense just as far as roster construction and having a righty that could play second base, and I think that was the main reason Campbell was that guy.
He had also never played one game at AAA. The 2-1 is popped into right field. Hanging up out there for Kerstad. And will just take a step to his left and make play. Marcelo, you have to remember, 2 straight years running, had not stayed healthy. I mean, all the talent in the world. He's one of these wonderful raw prospects. And in the estimation of some, he sort of fell down those prospect rankings. Not that I care in the least about that, but this season, just tremendous composure and production. Here's Nick Sogard. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Seeing Sogard at the plate, Narvaez, Hamilton in there today, Campbell on the roster, Meyer on the way. You feel sort of a subtle changing of the guard as the 0-1 is a little bit low. Devers has been fabulous. Bregman is going to lead this team, but this is sort of now that transitional period, Will, for this roster that's trying so hard to expand that young core. 1-1 to Sogard, fouled off, change up, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, and this is a part of the season too where you have a couple guys hurt. And this is what all the playoff teams do, is they all go through this because injuries happen to everybody. And is that next wave able to keep you in striking distance while your guys get healthy?
1-2 to Sogard. He drives it foul on the third base side. I think the fact that Sogard is here, and Campbell, and others like Dobbins, will make the transition a little bit easier for Marcelo.
Totally.
Now, having said that, he's about the most confident ball player I've ever been around. He just doesn't care. He oozes confidence.
Right, and just socially, you see him with the guys. He's so laid back. He's got a good personality. He's fun. Yeah, but to your point, oozing confidence.
1 out in the 4th, tied at 2. The pitch to Sogard is outside, not close. There have been some easy takes here, and it's 2-2.
But that is a good point about having a couple of your boys up here, guys that you not only played in spring training with, but were in AAA with. So some comfort there.
2-2 pitch is loop foul. And talking to Mookie and Jackie and those guys about it, when they came up, it was probably your fault, but they just did not feel all that comfortable. I mean, it was a different culture in baseball where it was just a rite of passage, almost like fraternity-style hazing of rookies. 2-2 to Sogard. Eflin throws, and Nick takes a ball outside, and Mookie said, we're not going to do this anymore. Under my watch, and Jackie followed it up, and Alex Cora pushed hard for this. From the minute spring training starts, we're going to make these guys feel part of it, and when they come into the clubhouse, they're part of this thing all the way. Here's a swing and a miss by Sogard. Good changeup by Eflin, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, I never understood that.
The bell or the hazing?
Do your thing. I'll talk about it in a minute.
Fourth inning bell brought to you by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premier retirement planning specialists. Request your appointment today or learn more at hackmanwealth.com. 2 down, here's Story.
So a little hazing is fun, right? You're the young guy. You're like a little brother.
Here's Trevor, takes a fastball high for ball 1.
But when it's to the point where they want you to be uncomfortable, how does that make sense? If you want to get the most out of a player, you want them comfortable.
It doesn't. 1-0 is cued off the end of the bat, foul. Rutschman tried to keep it fair, could not. You hear all these stories about Pedroia coming up, and, you know, even the leaders of that team, Ortiz and others, making them do beyond just the normal rookie stuff, bringing drinks and others. And Pedroia had the sort of spine to say, screw that. I mean, he did it, but not without a smirk. But it takes a special person to not just say, okay, I guess this is how it is.
And it's okay. Like, you do those things, you know, in your first year.
1-1 to Story. The pitch is outside. Why every night now does it smell like there's burning rubber on press row? Has O'Brien got the loafers burning on the space heater?
The loafers. Melting to his bare feet.
2-1 is a strike inside corner. Talking socks, and the feet are melting. That's 2 nights in a row, though, where there's just a distinctive sort of acrid burning smell.
Yesterday it had more of a smoker, like someone was
pellet
cooking some pork ribs.
Yeah,
you know, they had like some oak, little mesquite.
Yeah, this is more like melted Cole Haan. 2-2 to Story.
Leather.
2 down, bases empty. Eflin at the belt. Long set. He throws. And Story takes a ball. A changeup, and it's 3-2. Of course, Marcelo on the way. With the injury to Bregman, it does not spell much as of right now for Trevor Story, but obviously that is a factor. 3-2. Here's the pitch. And it is on the ground very softly to short. Henderson's got it. Throws to first wide, but the tag is not applied. I think he got him. I think that's a missed call there by Doug Eddings over at first base. To the naked eye, I thought Rivera definitely got him over there at first base. Tony Mansolino wants to review it. I know it's not easy, Will, because Eddings was behind the line, but I thought they definitely tagged him out. Here we go. You couldn't hear it, but they are going to review it. And don't you think he was definitely out?
I thought he got him right on the rear end with the glove. Let's see. Yeah, he got him actually right in the side. Right in the side. He did get him. Should be pretty quick.
You know, the umpire's in a position to watch the ball from the infield and the foot of the runner. That's not the easiest. He was kind of blocked by it.
Could have been blocked out a little bit.
That was obvious.
But
he's
yeah,
out.
He looked out.
This will not take long. From the replay ops center in New York. This is one that should take 5 seconds, and we all move on with our lives.
After review, the call's overturned. Runners out. Baltimore retains its challenge.
So, 3 up, 3 down for the Red Sox. We go to the 5th inning, tied at 2. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, we're the home run hitters you need. Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Shop Lowe's for Memorial Day deals. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Whirlpool. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more. Like the new Whirlpool French door refrigerator featuring an indoor ice and water dispenser and a refrigerated exterior drawer to keep go-to food items within reach. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and hunker down for the Indy 500. Because exhilarating top speeds deserve a rush of flavorful refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
In Philly, everyone's reading 2025's One Book, One Philadelphia selection, The Upcycled Self by Tariq Blackthought Trotter. And over the next 7 weeks, the Free Library is hosting a family day, movies and more, all free and all inspired by The Upcycled Self and its transformative themes. On May 9th, join us for Who Owns Your Story, a discussion with local storytellers led by Jasmine Martin. Details plus resources for younger readers at freelibrary.org/onebook. freelibrary.org/onebook.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Heston Kjerstad, left-handed hitter, leading it off against Hunter Dobbins. Great Boston name for Dobbins. He takes a swing at a slider on the outside corner, strike one.
Well, it looks good. As much as he's been spinning the baseball, he's been punching some tickets. 7 strikeouts already.
I love that saying. The 0-1 is drilled into the gap in left center field. Back into his left. Duran on the run. He can't get it at one tops. Off the National League scoreboard, Duran plays the carom. Announcer jinx in full effect and a leadoff double for Kjerstad.
Is that Newcomb throwing down there?
It is.
I mean, Dobbins at 69 pitches.
I think they've made the conscious decision, Will, looking at the numbers, that second and third time through do not go well for him.
Not only that, I think this time through the rotation, they're giving these guys a little bit of a breather. They're just not pushing them as far. We saw that with Crochet. We've seen it with everybody.
Which is hard given how overworked the bullpen has been. They do have Criswell here for the doubleheader. Here's Emmanuel Rivera. Leadoff double, the pitch. Up and in, a fastball. 95, and it's 1-0. In modern baseball, you're sort of damned if you do and damned if you don't, Will. Leave him in, take him out too early. 1-0. Dobbins sets. He throws. That's a strike on the inside corner. We both love the City Connect jerseys and hats. I love the hoodie. I'll tell you what's the sickest of all is the jacket that Jose David Flores has on right now. It's got the white bold B in a circle on the back.
So good.
1-1 is looped into right field. That's a base hit. They will hold the runner at third with Abreu's big arm. It comes to the cutoff man, Toro. Kjerstad had to wait to make sure that thing would shoot through.
Well, I guess this is why you have an arm up, right? The numbers show that once these guys get deeper into the game, this is now coming up on his third time through.
He's not going to face one hitter. So Alex with the hoodie City Connect look rocking is going to come on and get Newcomb. He'll see the top of the order in Holiday, Rutschman, and Henderson for now a tie game. And here we go again. This is just insane to me, Will, how Sox starters get even into the fifth inning. Bayo didn't yesterday. Dobbins doesn't today. And on a day where you play 2 ball games, it's hard to think you're not thin in that pen. Tied at 2, first and third, nobody out. Back for more. Pitching change and slow down in the action brought to you by Izervay. More after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built Ford tough and smarter than ever. The legendary Super Duty, our most capable heavy-duty pickup, and the turbocharged Ranger, ready for your next adventure. Visit buyfordnow.com and see why now's the time to buy or lease your new Ford truck.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years.
They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Sean Newcomb is on here. The Orioles have him at first and third with nobody out here in the top of the fifth. It must be that the Red Sox at this moment with Hunter Dobbins have just decided he's not going to see a lineup a third time, and they came into this game with Dobbins sort of as insurance for him, and Criswell, the 27th man, as Giolito backup plan. So I think they're going to ride Newcomb for a while here.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you look at Dobbins' numbers, third time through the order, he's got a 9.5 ERA. Working that time through the lineup.
Newcomb has had a real hard time against the Baltimore Orioles in his career. He was at Camden Yards in the first road trip of the season. He's pitched 11 times, 5 starts, a 3.83 ERA. And overall, he's looked really good for the Red Sox as Newcomb. A lot of different roles. In on the corners, Newcomb throws to Jackson Holliday, and a cut fastball misses outside for ball 1.
And he's actually been at his best with runners in scoring position. Hitters batting .250 against him in those situations.
Just trying to limit the damage here. 1-0 is a strike on the inside corner. I think out of the bullpen, the mentality's got to be, all right, 1 run is going to score here. You'll trade 2 outs for a run and try to limit it at that. You just don't want a crooked number here. 1-1 to Holliday. Swing and a miss. Cutter. And it's 1-2. Of course, the strikeout here would change that calculus. Try to double off Rutschman maybe and get out of it unscathed.
Yeah, totally. I think you could see him go to that big slurve down and away right here. A punch out would be huge.
So funny, a slurve used to be code word for a terrible breaking ball. But now that we have so many different things, the 1-2 is a ground ball to second. I don't think they're going to turn 2 to second for 1. Story's throw to first is not in time. Coming home to score is Kjerstad. It was just hit too softly with how Holliday runs. That is still a trade the Red Sox will make, and it's 3-2 Orioles. Maybe not as much in a 1-2 count, but still, the job for Newcomb is get out of this jam.
Totally, and that was a slurve there. He just kind of left it over the plate, wanted to break it down. It was down in the zone, just not off the plate where you could get chase.
So now, Kjerstad in. Rivera cut down at second base, and with 1 on, here's Adley Rutschman, who's looked a little bit better from the right side of late. He takes a sinker inside for ball 1. Code word of the game is swing and a miss. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. Swing and a miss. Love some of those here. 1-0 to Rutschman. That is taken for a ball, a slider, ball 2. (3-2) Orioles. So Dobbins, just like Bayo, goes only 4 innings as a starter.
Yeah, and he had 14 swing and miss. He had some good stuff today, but just can't get through that second, third time through.
2-0 is outside. You know, will I assume that early on, more sliders, more curveballs, first time through the order, meant he was trying to save stuff for the second and maybe third time through? Not the case. That was more matchup driven.
100%, and going up guys who like to ambush.
He's fallen behind Rutschman 3-0, and here is a ball. Man, against the struggling Rutschman, a fastball that misses. 4-pitch walk. That is begging for trouble. Now 2 on, 1 out for Gunnar Henderson. And look, Alex Cora game plans with Jason Varitek and Justin Willard and Andrew Bailey before all these games. You have to be fair and say that in the last few weeks, the best laid plans have not always worked out for the Red Sox. So they were aggressive with Dobbins. The pitch to Gunnar Henderson is a strike on the outside corner. They are holding their breath right now because you don't want this move to backfire.
Yeah, and I could see him being a little careful with Rutschman. I mean, Gunnar has struggled against left-handed pitching, hitting just 145 against lefties.
Love that to continue here, 0-1. First and second, the pitch. That's called a ball. That was really close. Good pitch, but it's 1-1 against Newcomb. This is Gunner's first look at him. Cornerstone piece for the Orioles going forward. 1-1. The pitch. Driven into the gap in left center field, and this thing is pounded. It's going to bounce off the wall. Rafaela plays the carom. Throw goes to the cutoff man, Hamilton. It's an RBI double for Henderson. It is 4-2 Orioles, and so far, the move to Newcomb has backfired.
Yeah, we talked about, look, Gunner had not fared well against left-handed pitching, but got a pitch. Looked like a cutter, middle of the plate, trying to go away where Narvaez was set up. That one just hangs arm side, stays middle, and got pounded for the RBI double.
So Rutschman holds over at third. But now, a really key spot. Ramon Urias, right-handed hitter. He takes a strike. That's a great backdoor slider. And it's 0-1.
Got to execute here, infield in, which obviously takes away from the range of the fielders. So we see some weak contact would be ideal.
Another day where the Sox are going to need to do it offensively. 0-1, a little bit down and in with a sinker. Urias has doubled and struck out. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers in the F-Series. America's best-selling truck for 48 years. 1-1, infield in, the pitch. Swing and a miss, a great slider. Yeah, it is 1-2. Right now, the Red Sox just do not have enough starters who go deep in games. End of story. They don't.
It really seems like part of the plan right now of getting them out of games early.
1-2 is fouled off on the first base side. The problem is then you got to have 3-4 long guys in the bullpen, and the Red Sox have so many high leverage arms in the pen.
Exactly. These guys are just getting used up right now.
It will not be sustainable. You can guarantee that. I mean, we're at the third week of May. You need guys to go deeper in games. 1-2, the pitch is just outside. Man, was that close. Narvaez gave it an extra hold, but that was a ball. And it's 2-2. 4-2 Orioles with runners at second and third. Still only one out. 2-2. The pitch is popped up in a shallow left field. Duran is coming on. I don't think Rutschman's going to tag here. Jaron makes the play. Adley going nowhere. And that's a big second out.
Huge second out. And for it to not be deep enough, well, Rutschman doesn't run well anyways, but Duran doesn't have the best arm, but that was a shallow enough fly ball where they weren't even going to try it.
Well, now one more big hurdle to clear, and that's the left-handed hitting Ryan O'Hearn. This downtrodden Orioles team and offense trying to break out with a big hit. Pitch to O'Hearn is a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. O'Hearn having a good year overall, .312. Against lefties, batting .308, the 0-1. Beauty. Strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
Yeah, just 26 at bats against lefties, but yeah, .308, a couple doubles.
Not much slug, .385. You want to get him right here. 2 runs in, it's 4-2 Baltimore. Still just about the halfway point of game 1 of 2 here today. 0-2, the pitch is inside. That's a really good job by Narvaez. He wanted that pitch away. He had to lunge into the left-handed hitter. He saved a run right there.
Yeah, he's so good back there. Not only framing and blocking, but just understanding the game that's happening right in front of him.
1-2. He says yes to Narvaez, who's down on one knee. They set up away. The pitch is away. Good location there. Purpose pitch, and it's 2-2. The right side of the infield way backed up. Toro, Hamilton, and Story at first, second, and short. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Newcomb throws. And a breaking ball. Did it hit him? It did. It got him on that front right arm. So after being ahead 0-2, now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Ryan Mountcastle.
Mountcastle, not a ton of slug lately, but you still got to be careful here with him with that lefty-righty matchup.
Here comes Andrew Bailey. We've just said it way too often lately, Will. 0-2 counts do not get finished quickly. Red Sox starters have not gone 5 innings in 6 of their last 7 starts.
Gosh.
Thanks to Joe Weil for that nugget. We felt like they were piling up, and that's just all the evidence you need. Quick meeting on the mound, and all of a sudden, Will, in the bottom of this fifth inning, the game is on the line right here. And now Criswell's up in the bullpen. Wow. With Giolito scheduled to pitch in game 2. I think they were probably hoping to save Cooper for that. They might not have that luxury. All right, here we go with Mountcastle. Bases loaded. Newcomb needs to do something here. 4-2 Orioles in the top of the fifth. Pitch inside. Did that hit him? No, but it goes to the backstop and a wild pitch. He's going to score a run. Rutschman comes home, and it's 5-2 Baltimore. This has been a disastrous outing for Sean Newcomb.
Yeah, it was the slurve there. He just yanked it towards the feet of Ryan Mountcastle. Actually bounced about 2 feet in front of the batter. Spiked it. Just Narvaez has no chance to get in front of that.
And look, we know, Will, the way the modern game works. Runners at second and third, 1-0, 5-2 Orioles. Mountcastle swings and misses at a curveball. Dobbins have been hit hard in this inning, a double and a single. The numbers tell the story, second and third times through. You understand the move, but the old school would say, well, this can happen when you bring a guy in out of the bullpen.
Well, it also has the top of the lineup coming up. So
1-1 is swung on and missed. A fastball, and it's 1-2.
Generally, if you're trying to keep the game where it's at, you bring in a different type of arm for that situation.
Yeah, just get you a couple outs in that situation. Again, though, the bullpen has been so overworked.
Yep.
And you got another game later tonight. 1-2 fouled off on the third base side. I mean, overall, Newcomb has had a good year. He's a versatile piece.
He's done his job for the most part, right? Which is cover innings, get through games where you don't have to use your main arms, and you always need that mop-up guy. But he got put into a spot here, but he needed outs.
Need a pitch here. 1-2 is chopped to third. This game is still very much in the balance. It's 5-2. And again, Will, just as it was, 0-2 to Rutschman, 0-2 to Gunnar, and he didn't finish either of those at-bats.
Yeah, I mean, Newcomb's not a guy that has a ton of put-away stuff anyways. He's going to live off of deception.
Here's a pop-up on the right side of the infield that should end the inning. Toro's there to make the play, and the inning is over. Beg your pardon, it was a 4-pitch walk to Adley, but even still, 3-run top of the fifth for the O's. 5-2 Baltimore. It'll be Toro, Hamilton, and Rafaela for the Sox after this on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shadin Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shadin sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shadin is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, you have the card that helps businesses dream bigger. Get a flexible spending limit that adapts with your business and earn 1.5 times membership rewards points on select business purchases. So you can stock up on what you need to take your business further and get rewarded for growing bigger. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Not all purchases will be approved. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/Amex Business.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Abraham Toro to lead things off in the bottom of the fifth for the Red Sox. 5-2. O's lead. Zach Eflin has not been sharp, but has the lead as Toro takes a ball. Chad Tracy, the AAA manager for the Worcester Red Sox, just met with the media before their first of two. Talked about Marcelo Meyer. 1-0. Pitch to Toro. is crunked right into right field. It's back at the track. It is at the wall, and it is gone. The ball goes deep, and a solo homer, the third of the afternoon for the Red Sox. It is 5-3. Crunked, cranked, whatever he did, it's out of here, and it's a 2-run game.
Get crunk. Didn't know what the kids used to say? Make that a 6-game hitting streak for Abraham Toro. That ball was smoked back into the bullpen. That's a big one. They're clawing their way back.
Tongue-tied.
I thought you said it perfect.
He's got the Wally mask on. Here's David Hamilton, long from over, as Hammy bluffed a bunt, takes a breaking ball in there for strike one. So Chad Tracy, who has done such a great job with the young core of the Red Sox down there at AAA, met with the media, and he talked about Meyer. 0-1 is a chopper on the right side. It is picked over there by Rivera, the first baseman. He steps on the bag, and Hamilton is gone. These days, I think managers try to get maybe a little cute with these promotions. Everybody's got cameras on. It's a big moment. I'm sure we'll see the video of it. But here's what Chad said to the media. He said, I sat Marcelo down and said, hey, listen, they called me, and they don't want you to play game 2 of the doubleheader either. Here's Cedar Rafaela with one down. The pitch is low. He said, hard for you to play game 2 here if they want you to play game 2 at Fenway. He started clapping and had a big smile. Now, I don't think that means he's necessarily going to start game 2. Here is Cedar taking a strike on the inside corner, but you get the
Now warming for the Red Sox.
The trick played by the manager. They want you on the roster for game 2.
And the way he's been swinging it down there, I'd be fine with playing him against the lefty.
It would be so electric if it happened. The 1-1 is a chopper, softly hit on the left side of the infield. The shortstop, Gunnar Henderson, has it. He throws to first. And Cedar is gone for out number 2. Take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks. We're getting crunk here at Fenway Park. 5-3 O's. Here's the leadoff man, Jarren Duran. Pitch is outside. That was one of those moments I was so excited to talk about Meyer, and I just said, that ball is crunked to right field.
I think that's got to be a T-shirt at some point.
Duran led off the first with a homer. Here he grounds one hard to first. Rivera gloves it. He pivots and throws to first, and the pitcher, Eflin, is there to make the play. Good defensive alignment. That was extra bases all the way for Duran. However, Sox get a run back. We go to the 6th inning, 5-3 Baltimore, the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Samsung. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances, $396 or more. Like the Samsung Bespoke AI Laundry Combo, the largest capacity, fastest, all-in-one laundry combo available that washes and dries in one machine. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
Dedication isn't born in the light of day. It's carved in the quiet hours before the world blinks awake. At Boar's Head, we rise with a mission to deliver craftsmanship worthy of your table. A slice of something special folded into every moment worth savoring. Because dedication means delivering only the very best. Boar's Head, committed to craft since 1905.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and hunker down for the Indy 500. Because exhilarating top speeds deserve a rush of flavorful refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health, Heart, and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Red Sox have already gone to their third pitcher today. A little curious that they went to Newcomb with the top of the order coming up, and now they go to Liam Hendricks in the sixth inning. Liam got hit very hard last time and then was in the news, reacting to some comments made by some fans, which were totally over the line. But for now, the focus is on him on the mound, and it's not gone very well for him. A 5.56 ERA, and he needs a 0 here. A fastball to Cedric Mullins. Well, that's discouraging. 91 miles an hour. Maybe TrackMan had it wrong, but it's 0-1 to Mullins.
Yeah, it didn't look like it came out of his hand well. That surprised me.
The one-strike pitch, and that one bounces way in a curveball, and it's 1-1. Liam is nothing if not outspoken. Earlier this week, he met with the writers and said he was really confused and disappointed with his role on the staff, that he wanted it to be more established. He wanted more high-leverage innings.
I want everybody in the bullpen to feel that away.
1-1 is chopped on the right side. Coming on is Hamilton. Nice pick. He throws to first in time. Excellent play. One away.
It's a lot tougher than it looks, right? Because the ball's not hit hard, but it's in that no man's land, that almost Bermuda Triangle of pitcher, second baseman, first baseman. Hammy does a really good job sprinting in, catches the short hop, and on the run makes a great throw to Toro.
If you want to win free groceries for a year and prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards, enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Spend $50, get your code, and enter the official rules at GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com. So one out here's Heston Kierstad. 5-3 O's. Chopper fouled off his front foot. Strike one.
Who was the studio host that would say the Orioles on ESPN?
I don't know. But as somebody who grew up in that area, that's definitely the accent. Get Andy-ation. I guess Scott Van Pelt is the answer.
It was Van Pelt.
Because he's from there, too.
Of
course. Ews. 0-1 is fouled off. It's not Cajun, Gao, all that. It's Ews.
Speaking of Cajun, Ben McDonald sitting right here.
Yeah, that's a different guy. Do you think he cuts his own hair? It's the flattest flat top that's ever been created.
There's no way he could do that himself. It is very 1960s
Marine
military.
Corps?
Yeah, Air Force even.
Yeah, that's a good point. 0-2 from Hendricks is on the ground to first. Toro's had a big game. He plays the hop, flips to the covering Hendricks. And they're two-way. You know, he looks a little hobbled, by the way, does Liam.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit.
Not good. And Alex Cora is going to come out and look this thing over.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like he's favoring the right leg. And he's had so many bumps on the road between cancer, hamstring, shoulder. Of course, that was what kept him off to start the year. We'll see what Alex Cora and Dave Herrera come up with here on the mound.
Yeah, he kind of limped all the way to first, so it might have been something right as he came off the mound.
He talked him out of it. He's not even going to throw a practice pitch. We'll see what happens here.
Well, if he's anything, he's tough. That's for sure.
2 down, bases empty, 5-3 O's. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. New England Metal Roofing.com. You would have heard some pitter-patter on your metal roof lately. It's been pouring in New England, but lovely right now. Here's a fastball high to Emmanuel Rivera, 92 miles an hour. Well, the velocity's way down for Hendricks here, way down. And he's good when he's 95, 96.
It's consistently been 95, 96 his last few outings.
1-0 is 93 outside 2-0. I'm with you, Will. You want your relievers to have that mentality. I am not certain, though, that it's the right way to handle it, to air it to the press.
Totally. I'm with you on that. I think have those conversations with your manager.
2-0 is fouled off. And by the way, it's not like the high leverage guys for the Red Sox have had issues. They've been awesome.
Right. Totally. That was the thing, too, is like I want him to win high leverage situations. He's always been that guy in his career. 2-time reliever of the year. I get it. But he hasn't shown his stuff to be better than Weissert and Slayton yet.
And certainly not Chapman. The 2-1 pitch misses inside. He said as much in camp. He said Aroldis has earned the closer's role. He also told us it takes him about 6 weeks to really feel like himself and get going. So I think he just wants more run on the mound, but he's got to pitch better to get that. Here's the 3-1, and it's drilled into right field, but it'll hang up for Abreu. He's there, shades on the brim of his cap. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. All right, nice job by Liam. Hope he's okay. 5-3 after 5.5 at Fenway, the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, going the extra mile for your business pays off. With 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com, you can earn more points to help grow your business. And with access to more than 1,400 lounges globally through the American Express Global Lounge Collection, including the Centurion Lounge.
Can I get you a refill?
You can stay fresh wherever your business travel takes you. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/AmexBusiness.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Samsung. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more, like the Samsung Bespoke French Door Refrigerator featuring beverage center and dual ice maker. Shop at Lowe's today. We help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and hunker down for the Indy 500, because exhilarating top speeds deserve a rush of flavorful refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, Raffy Devers gets a third look at Zach Eflin here today. He is twice grounded out. They're yelling in the Orioles TV booth as Raffy takes a pitch outside for ball one, but called a strike. You kidding me?
That was like 8 inches off the plate.
What was that?
That's not even close.
What?
Yikes.
0-1 is fouled off on the third base side. He took a healthy rip there. He's furious with himself. I mean, I know there are not that many fans here, and there are good friends, Ben Wagner and Ben McDonald over in the Orioles booth. I have never in my life a louder rejoin than that. See if Raffy can get loud right here. 0-2, 5-3 O's. Or as SVP would say, O's. The pitch is way outside. Even that called a ball, and it's 1-2.
The Oreos.
I love
it's a good cookie.
Maryland and Delaware, Pennsylvania. There's a little bit of it in Philly, but it's very distinctive in the Baltimore area. Go A's. And I'm telling you, you go down to like Bethany, Rehoboth, Ocean City, get on the ocean.
The ocean.
1-2 to Devers is lofted high in the air into right field. Off the end of the bat, in comes Kerstead on the run. He can't get it, and it bounces out of play. When you're hot, you're hot. An automatic double down the ocean for Devers, and it's a leadoff double in the bottom of the 6th.
I mean, just throw the bat at it, right? This the curveball. He took it off of the dirt. I'm not sure this would have gotten to the mitt without hitting the ground first. And Raffy, so good just at hitting bad pitches, flicks the barrel at it, dunks it in for a little double to lead this off.
All right, Abreu, who's homered in the game, now is the tying run. Raffy at second. The pitch is skied foul on the third base side. And out of play, that is strike one. So, just looking through Eflin, the number of times he's faced opponents in a game. The OPS the second time through goes to 1121. And now the third time through, he's not had a chance to do this much this year at all. 0-1 to Abreu. The pitch is fouled off. Change up out of play, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, look, Eflin is not going to that cutter that he uses so much normally. All the home runs he's given up today have been off that cutter to lefties.
0-2. Devers, a leadoff double. 5-3 O's in the 6th. The pitch is way outside. You know, Eflin today, Will, has had so many bad misses that are easy takes for left-handed hitters.
Yeah, hard contact early in the game will do that.
1-2 to Abreu. Eflin is ready. He throws, and Willier takes a ball. That was closer than the one that was called strike one, but certainly out of the zone, and it's 2-2. Pitch caught up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in a moment. Little love goes a long way in the 25 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Two arm side fastballs that have missed up and away. I feel like he's trying to set up that down and in curveball.
Well, look out below here for Abreu. 2-2. Here's the pitch, and it is fouled off on the third base side. Change up way outside.
I don't even know how Abreu got a piece of that. I mean, that was a 1.5 feet off the plate.
Well, I think if he comes in here, Will, it's going a long way.
Yeah, if he comes in, he's got to get it down and bury it.
5-3 Orioles. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Way outside. Easy take on a sweeper. 3-2. I mean, you got the right-handed hitting Carlos Narvaez on deck. Will he give in here to Abreu?
I think we see another changeup. He's been throwing it so much to lefties.
77th pitch coming home. 3-2 is ball 4. He did throw the changeup. That's a great take by Abreu. And the Red Sox have 2 on with nobody out for their new cleanup hitter, Carlos Narvaez.
Well, it's a great time to stay hot, and he is that right now. Started this game off with a double in his first at bat. It just keeps rolling along. This would be a great spot for another one.
Well, they're going to visit the mound. Chris Holt and Adley Rutschman ahead of Narvaez. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. What a moment this is. You know, the Red Sox felt a similar energy yesterday, Will. They fell behind early to the Baltimore Orioles. They chipped away, tied it. Duran put them ahead, then Devers blew the game open, and now you got the cleanup man Narvaez with 2 on and nobody out.
He's been so good. This is the guy you want up there right now. If it's not Rafi Devers, this is the guy.
Double to left his first time, flied out deep to right his last.
I mean, hitting 300 with men in scoring position.
Devers at second, Abreu at first. 2 on, none out. Here's Narvaez. The pitch is fouled off. He got it just in enough with a sinker. Spoiling first base side. 0-1.
Narvi hunting that fastball in. He got it, but it just 2 seams sank just enough off the plate to get on the hands for the foul ball. It's a good pitch.
0-1. Carlos kind of jammed there. He's shaking out his hands. Bright yellow batting gloves. Adjust the helmet.
Almost have to
0-1.
Change your sights after that pitch in.
Pitch is swung on and missed. Change up. Explain that.
Well, just in my eyes, okay, I saw the movement, right? I thought it was a good pitch to hit and ran in. He's either going to go off of that with the changeup, which he just did. Looks the same. It runs in again. And now you've opened up that outer half because in your mind, you're trying to cover it all.
2 on, none out. Sogard is out on deck. 0-2, and that is high. He's done this so well, and Alex Cora has talked about it, Will. Mature, calm at bats, especially for a rookie. 5-3 Orioles. 2 on, none out. 1-2. The pitch is swung on and driven foul down the left field line. He was ready for that sweeper, and he yanked it just underneath the Coca-Cola sign. It stays 1-2.
Torched.
Eflin will take a deep breath. Ryan Baker is warming in the Orioles bullpen. Sox pen has Criswell up. 1-2. Wilson also has a ball. The pitch is low. Change up. Really good take. Close pitch, and it's 2-2. I mean, for the last 2 weeks, Carlos Narvaez, other than Rafi Devers, has been the Red Sox best hitter. Here he is in a huge spot. 2-2. The pitch is swung on and chopped on the left side. I don't think they'll turn 2. The throw to second. Into the outfield. Devers is going to score. Abreu over to third. Narvaez up to second. An error on Gunnar Henderson. It's 5-4 on the misplay, and the Red Sox have him at second and third.
So Gunnar Henderson, I mean, his only play here should have been to first base. Now he tries to make a spectacular play across his body to keep that double play in order and get that lead runner, and you would have had first and third. But that's a really tough play, just could not make a good throw, and that's going to run Eflin out of here.
Yeah, they're going to bring the right-hander Baker in. The Red Sox will stick with Sogard. The Story is due up after that. Hamilton already in the game, so not a lot of chess moves countering for Alex Cora at this point. However, the Red Sox, with a gift double and an error by Henderson, are within a run, and they're trying to come all the way back in this one. 5-4, second and third, nobody out. Call to the bullpen and slow down in the action, brought to you by Izervay. Back with more from Fenway right after this on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built Ford tough and smarter than ever. The legendary Super Duty, our most capable heavy-duty pickup, and the turbocharged Ranger, ready for your next adventure. Visit buyfordnow.com and see why now's the time to buy or lease your new Ford truck.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Here we go. Brian Baker is on for Tony Mansolino and the scuffling Baltimore Orioles. It is 5-4 O's. However, Red Sox double walk, fielder's choice, and an error within a run with second and third for Nick Sogard. The Orioles will bring the infield in here, at least on the corners. And Sogard is 0 for 2, but lined out deep to center field his first time is the hitter.
And looking at Brian Baker, very over-the-top arm angle, has a good fastball at the top of the zone. He's got a slider and a changeup.
I don't know about you. I feel really good about Sogard in this spot. Sort of halfway up the middle. Sogard batting left against Baker. The pitch is outside. He's patient in these spots. Sogard never looks like the moment's too big.
Totally. Slow heartbeat guy, which is rare for a young player, especially in spots with runners in scoring position.
Abreu at third. Narvaez at second. 1-0. The pitch is a strike. And it shouldn't have been. I mean, I don't know what Mike Mashlinski's seeing on that pitch that's 2-3 inches off the plate away from lefties.
He's called it 3 or 4 times, couple for both teams.
I thought they shrunk the buffer zone, they call it, off the plate. That's a bad call. 1-1 to Sogard. Deep on the right side of the infield. The pitch. Way in. Change up. And down, and it's 2-1. I mean, it should be 3-0 right now. As it is, a good hitter's count for Sogard with Story on deck. All reports are that Marcelo Meyer on his way to Boston.
If he needs a ride, I could get him an Uber.
Get him the black. 2-1 to Sogard. The pitch is up the middle, and it's going to be fielded by Henderson. It'll tie the game. Abreu comes home to score. Sogard is retired at first base. What another veteran AB by Sogard. 5-5 on the play. Narvaez to third, and there's one away.
So many spots you see young hitters in those spots like that trying to be the hero, try to hit the 3-run homer. Get Sogard just keeping his approach up the middle, hard line drive, hard ground ball. Gunnar Henderson made a good play to get the out at first base, but getting the job done.
Well, now a really important moment for an embattled hitter in Trevor Story. You just got to find a way to put it in play and get this run home. Trevor is 0 for 2 today. Infield in. Baker delivers. Story takes a fastball. That's center cut for strike one. A little high, perhaps. So he took that pitch, and it's 0-1. Story, 14 for his last 106. 0-1. Infield in. Narvaez at third, the pitch. Called a ball, slider outside, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup for what we've been seeing from Trevor Story. We got a high velocity fastball that can beat you at the top of the zone with a breaking slider down and away. Need him to just hunt one of those. You can't try to hit everything.
Tied at 5. 1-1 to Story. The pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball inside half. He just is not caught up to velocity. It's 1-2. And you would imagine, not to quote Vin Scully, but in that right-handed batter's box right now, Trevor Story feels like the loneliest man in the world.
Been there before. Bad place to be.
Sort of in between, trying to catch up to the fastball, guessing breaking balls. 1-2. Contact imperative here. Narvaez at third. Not much of a lead there. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He struck him out. 97-mile-an-hour fastball right there. Now, there's not much else to say, but they're 2 away. And now, here's Abraham Toro trying to pick Story up. And you just see the body language of Story slowly walking back to that first base dugout. This is a spot he's just not been in. One of the great athletes of his generation. So talented. Here's Abraham Toro, the pitch to him. Way outside of fastball. And you just see it, unfortunately, for weeks at a time now where pitchers have no fear challenging him with velocity. 1-0 to Toro. He's homered and flied to right. Tied at 5. Narvaez at third. The pitch is a weird-looking changeup for a strike on the outside corner.
I think a good example of that yesterday was lefty Cade Povich was in the game. They have a mound visit with a righty ready in the pen, and they leave him in to face Trevor Story.
Yeah, and he got him. 1-1 to Toro. Sox have tied the game. The pitch, swing and a miss. That's a nasty changeup. And it is 1-2.
Yeah, Baker's changeup can be really good. He's so over the top. He has such good arm speed. He does throw upper 90s with the fastball. You gear up for it, and that changeup looks just like the fastball out of the hand.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is drilled into right field, but it'll hang up for Kierstead. He's there to make the play. That's what you wanted from Story. You get it a hitter late. Sox, though, do tie the game with a little help from the Orioles defense. We go to the 7th inning. Tied at 5 in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Samsung. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances, $396 or more. Like the Samsung Bespoke AI Laundry Combo, the largest capacity, fastest, all-in-one laundry combo available that washes and dries in one machine. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Is Dad a golfer? Give him an advantage on the course this Father's Day with Shade Precision Eyewear. See Better, PlayBetter.com offers premium golf sunglasses at 20% off with code SPRING so he can play like the pros. Shade is so confident in their product that they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't wait. His next course record is the gift you could give him this Father's Day. Visit SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and get 20% off with code SPRING today.
Today we celebrate all of our hard work, late nights, and the most craveable Raising Cane's chicken fingers and cane sauce that got you through it. So get out there and commemorate this moment with a grad plush puppy, because you've earned it. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On we go into the 7th inning. The Red Sox sort of adjust their bullpen plan now as Justin Wilson, the left-hander who's on a heater, is on there to try to keep this game tied. 5-5 is the score. Marcelo Meyer has been told he's coming to the big leagues, and apparently they're waiting to send him off. I mean, look, the game starts in 3 hours. It's about a 45-minute drive. And he can't find his car keys.
I mean, somebody, hey, bud, you can use mine. Get on a bicycle at this point.
How about an Uber? Deal with the car tomorrow. And in fact, I would actually want him to just settle his brain and not drive here. Here's Jackson Holiday. Tie game. Wilson throws. Pitch misses outside. Nesson just had a really cool post issued by Roman Anthony. And it said, "About time, go be you, brother." Those two guys are linked at the hip.
That's awesome.
He'll be here before long, too. Roman will. 1-0. The pitch is low.
So
Wilson.
Saw this a little bit last time from Wilson when he it was yesterday, actually. Just in the lack of command, the fastball wasn't finding the zone. He was falling behind hitters. A couple hits, a walk, earned run yesterday.
2-0. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. You can't walk guys in this spot.
No, not. And right after you put up a 2 spot in the 6th and you tie this thing up, you got to throw up a 0 here.
2-1. Wilson delivers. Swing and a miss. Really good cut fastball. That was nasty, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, you could see from our view up here, Holiday bailing out to right, hunting that fastball in, and then that cut right at the end just misses the bat.
If you're a rookie and you're the top prospect basically in the whole game, and you get the news from your AAA manager, kid, you're going to Boston. 2-2 is strike 3 call. Thank you, Mike Mashlinsky. He finally gave one to the Red Sox, and Holiday is gone.
I mean, I'm telling you what, that side of the plate is an extra. It's 7-8 inches long, and he's giving it to both sides.
So 1 down, and here's Adley Rutschman. Don't you think you probably just say, "I will take a black car and handle the old vehicle tomorrow"? Here's Adley Rutschman. The pitch is a little low. I mean, the AAA affiliate is so close in Worcester that, number one, he's going to stay at the hotel like 2 blocks away. You probably have breakfast with him tomorrow. 1-0 to Rutschman.
I'll take him to Duncan.
No, you won't. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
You know what? You're right. He'll take me to Duncan. He's going to make more money tomorrow than me. I work for free.
Some days true. 1-1 to Rutschman. 5-5 the score. Swing and a miss. Slider. And it's 1-2. I mean, Marcelo signed for a big bonus. He is not thinking about the money. He's such a baseball rat. He just is so excited. I can't wait to see the lineup. I mean, this is the most anticipated lineup before Game 2 we've had all year.
Yeah, it's good. You know, you play every day. It gets repetitive. This just adds a little spark to it.
1-2. The pitch is outside. He's not giving the pitch away to righties. A slider, and it's 2-2. Rutschman has walked twice and flied to left. Pillowy clouds overhead. A big jet airliner right over center field. The Bank of America sign. Picturesque scene at Fenway. 2-2. A little low. Another slider. And it's 3-2. The changing tableau of Fenway Park today, remarkable. I mean, it was apocalyptic earlier today, then bright sunshine, then gray and dark. Periods of rain, now bright and cloudy. 3-2. Need a strike here. Wilson throws, and that is a ball. Slider up and away. 4-4. Not ideal there. 1 out, free pass. Rutschman aboard, and here comes Gunnar Henderson.
No, Henderson was hitting just 145 against lefties before that double against Newcomb in his last at-bat.
1 on, 1 out, tied at 5 in the top of the 7th. Double play depth, sort of, as Henderson fouls it off in the third base side. He started to look a little better to me in this series, Henderson, and that's scary.
Totally. Yeah, you know, he missed most of spring training with that intercostal or oblique strain. Late start to the season. Looks like he's starting to settle in.
2 for 3 with an RBI double today. 0-1. The pitch is called a ball. I mean, that's a better pitch than a lot of the ones that have been called strikes.
Yeah, it's a flip of a coin on that side over there.
I don't like it. But another pitch beautifully received by Carlos Narvaez. 1-1. The pitch. That's a strike. It has to be. Mets just dotted at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-2. And Alex Cora says, "Vamos," and he means that both to the pitcher and the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I would like that cutter here. Start that cutter right where those fastballs are, down and away. Work it off the plate.
1-2. The pitch is strike 3 called. Beauty. He just went exactly right back there, 95 miles an hour, and they're 2 away.
I mean, that is just as dotted as it gets. 2 of those in a row, 95 miles an hour on the black bottom of the zone, right where you want it.
So now it's up to Ramon Urias with Adley Rutschman over at first base. 2 down in the top of the 7th. That's a pitch that misses low. Good cutter. Close. But a ball. It's 1-0. Hunter Dobbins went 4 innings. Got 4 runs charged to him. Newcomb an inning. Hendricks an inning with a little apparent injury in that frame. And then Justin Wilson here in the 7th. 1-0 is swung on a miss. That was a big hack on the slider. Just down enough. And it is 1-1. Urias this evening a 2-run double. Strikeout and a flyout. 1-1. Toro holding Rutschman at first. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Good one from Wilson. It's 1-2. Five to 5 in the top of the 7th. 1-2. The pitch is a comebacker past Wilson. The shortstop Story flips to second, and Hamilton just taps his toes onto the bag. Thank goodness Rutschman was the runner there, and the inning is over. Stretch time at Fenway tied at 5. And wouldn't you know it, the Red Sox, when we come back, will have Hamilton, Rafaela, and Duran after this. The Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
People talk about trailblazing, but how do you really blaze a trail? With all-terrain tires, tubular roof rack, a lifted suspension, and a rugged build that craves adventure, this is the off-road unlocked. From our U.S. factories to your driveway, find your path with the Nissan Pathfinder, now with a lower price. Available feature. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Yo, this is Flavor Flav, and I am coming at you with one of my flavor faves, Raising Cane's. Those hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce hit hard and gets your boy feeling right every time, just in time. Know what I mean? So when you're looking for flavor fast, order in a flash, online or on their app. Yeah, boy, Raising Cane's. One love.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Well, the Red Sox see Keegan Aiken, the left-hander, come on. He was up at one point yesterday in Game 1. They chose Cionel Perez once the Red Sox kind of broke it open. And with David Hamilton due up, the Red Sox will go to Christian Campbell as a pinch hitter in this 7th. And you thought this might be a spot for Refsnyder.
I did, because Campbell struggled against lefties, hitting 114 against lefties this year. But his at-bats have looked better the last couple days.
And it's an easier defensive, clean switch.
Exactly that.
And I do think that Alex likes to save Refsnyder for big spots in close games late. Here is Campbell, the leadoff pinch hitter. Aiken throws, and that's a strike. Fastball 0-1. What do you see when you look at the book on Keegan Aiken?
Well, he's got a good fastball. He'll use that. He's got a slider and a changeup as well. The slider and changeup have been pretty good for him. The fastball's seen some hard contact.
0-1 is another strike. Changeup at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2.
Yeah, that first pitch fastball right down Broadway was probably the best pitch Campbell was going to see in this at bat, and he just wasn't ready for it.
He's 5 for his last 57, really, after he won the Rookie of the Month in April. He's fighting it. 0-2 is fouled off on the first base side. Fastball, top of the zone. He had to chase that, and he stays alive. 0-2. Five to 5 in the bottom of the 7th. Campbell down to 225 with 5 homers. The 0-2 is outside. A little less jumpy, I would say, on takes. I mean, that's part of his deal. He's a violent hitter, even on takes, but he's trying to stay a little more calm in the box. 1-2 is outside. Good take. He saw that one all the way through, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I'm really surprised after the fastball's up and away to Campbell. Aiken hasn't gone down to that slider down and in for some swing and miss. I know the monster can scare guys away from pitching that way.
2-2 is swung on and ripped on a hop to third. What a play there by Urias. He comes up throwing to first in time. What a snare, and there's one away. That ball was absolutely crushed by Campbell.
I mean, really good at bat. He battled his way back in that, fouled off a couple tough pitches. Got some off speed over the plate right there. Hit it hard. 102 off the bat. And Urias just threw the glove in the air and the ball found it.
Well, that's 2 days in a row with hard contact on the left side. Hopefully that carries over.
And the at-bats have looked much more comfortable.
Here is Sedan. Always a threat to go yard. The pitch is strike. I mean, that's 2 hitters in a row that have taken a fastball right down Boylston for strike 1.
And as much as Rafaela swings early, surprised to see him take that one.
0-1 is popped up into shallow right center field. Long run back for Holiday. In comes Mullins, and he slides foot first. Does Cedric Mullins to make the play. And they're 2 away. It was almost into no man's land. And a nice play by Cedric, the entertainer, for out number 2. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan postgame show. Kickstart your summer with Nissan. Offers going fast at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Now here's Duran. You'd love to get Raffy up in this inning. Even against the lefty, the pitch is a strike. That one was closer than a lot that have been called a strike from Michlinski. 0-1. Jaron's got the yellow wristband on top of a green sleeve all the way down to his white batting gloves. The 0-1 is another strike. Fastball again. And it's 0-2. See if Jaron looks that way and tries to drive one to the opposite field, but he's in an 0-2 count here.
It's generally a good approach against lefties here. Now, Aiken does have some good run on that 2-seamer we've seen where he can try to pitch into lefties as well.
0-2. At the belt, the pitch is inside. How big a play that is from Ramon Urias? Because I think if it goes into the outfield, you're probably asking Rafaela to bunt.
Totally. Yeah, because you would have the leadoff double right there for sure.
1-2 to Duran. 2 down, bases empty, tied at 5. The pitch is popped foul, third base side.
Then again, as good as Rafaela's been with runners in scoring position, I don't know if he bunts.
That's a good point. They really haven't asked him to do that much. 1-2. Duran is homered, walked, and grounded to first. He is feeling it right now. 1-2. Devers waits on deck. The pitch, he is a check swing. He did not go. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Do you remember 1 or 2 awful times when you got rung up on check swings when you know you didn't go?
Yeah, and it's always the worst when the home plate umpire doesn't check.
Yeah.
That's the worst, because normally the guys down the lines have a pretty good side of it.
2-2. Pitch is on the ground, up the middle into center field, a base hit. Duran might think about it. He takes the turn at first, but Mullins comes on to get there. I'll tell you what, the outfielders in baseball now know that on ground balls off the bat of Duran, they better hustle.
They are sprinting to the ball and getting it in as quick as possible. And if there's a bobble at all, that's what's so great when Jaron rounds it so hard, if there's a bobble at all, he doesn't lose stride.
So now here is Devers, and Chris Holt is going to come talk things over. You know, you got Wilyer Abreu, the left-hander, on deck, and I'm sure that's part of the conversation here. You know, we really do not need to give in here to Babe Ruth. Now, Devers today has twice grounded out, doubled down the right field line his last time. You know, Will, we've been saying now for 5 weeks as Devers has gone on this incredible run that for Duran at first base, he shouldn't be as inclined to run. In fact, he's not done it at all.
Yeah,
but
you want to let him hit.
But with 2 outs in a tie game, I think if there were ever a spot to think about it, even with the lefty on the mound, you might sort of consider it.
Totally. You know, and part of me thinks, you know, they came out for that mound visit right there. That makes me think they're just buying time for Cano, who's warming up in the bullpen. If they want to somehow go to him to face Devers. Now, I don't think they will, but that was definitely buying some time.
Duran dancing around at first. 2 down. Here is Raffy. The pitch is called a strike. That one actually was on the outside corner. It's 0-1. What a ridiculous tear Devers is on right now. 0-1 to Raffy. Throw to first. Duran's pretty content, it looks like, to stay over at first. Raffy's been on base in 25 of his last 26. He has owned the Orioles, more hits and doubles and RBIs than against any other team. 0-1. The pitch is way outside. Fastball. And it's 1-1. He leads big league baseball. 47 runs batted in. His OPS is now 972. He's as hot as you can possibly be. Duran at first, 1-1. Here's the pitch. Raffy swings and fouls it back. Wow, 94 center cut, and it's 1-2.
So, Will, I'm playing chess here in my mind, right? There's a righty in the pin. You do have Abreu on deck, and where you could be thinking about Ref Snyder against a lefty. But if you were to bring him in, they would just go to Cano, who's in the pin right now. So he's up to combat that.
First things first, 1-2 to Devers. The pitch is low. Very good take on a changeup that could have been called a strike, but it is 2-2. That is what it is. It's just a deterrent to Alex Cora to bring Ref Snyder into the game.
100%.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Duran dancing around over at first. Devers waits. Aiken throws. Devers takes a ball. A changeup. Well, that's a break because now 3-2, 2 outs. Duran will be off with a pitch. You wonder whether Aiken might think about stealing the 3rd out, but Rivera will play off the bag.
Yeah, Jaron will be a little delayed on his jump to second base.
For the first time today, Fenway comes alive. Three and 2, the pitch is swung on and fouled off. And Duran really just waited till the pitch was thrown.
That's the smart play there. You can't get picked off in this count with your best hitter at the plate.
By the way, this is what Alex Cora was talking about. I mean, that is a great swing by Devers to stay alive. That was a perfect slider.
It was
he fouled
perfect.
it off.
He was beat and still found a way to foul it off.
3-2, the pitch is high, ball 4. Walk by Devers, and now here we go with the chess match. Abreu, Aiken, Cano, and with Ref Snyder standing right next to Alex Cora, they're going to let Abreu hit, and he has paid that off so far this year against lefties.
I think we're going to see these two battle right here. They don't want to go to Cano against a lefty. Lefty's hitting 360 against him.
That's what makes baseball so much fun. The cat and mouse, the managers. It's pretty good for the acting manager, Tony Mansolino, to get Cano up there. 2 down, 2 on for Abreu. The pitch is a strike right there. Fastball on the outside corner. Wilyer this year, 227, but he has driven in a couple runs against lefties. What a spot here. Tie game in the 7th. 0-1. And he spins back. Duran will score on anything that touches the outfield grass.
Yeah, and that fake pickoff there, that inside move, is just to keep him close with his lead. They're not trying to pick him off. They know he's not running. They just want to shorten up the lead.
0-1 to Abreu. The pitch is right there. Man, fastball, bottom of the zone. If he's looking for that, could go a long way, but instead it's 0-2.
Yeah, looks like, Will, you're looking for the slider here in the first 2 pitches of this at bat. Fastballs get snuck right past him.
2 on, 2 out. Tie game in the 7th. 0-2 is outside. Good take. I love the shot in the Red Sox dugout of Alex Cora and Rob Refsnyder. I mean, Rob is going to either manage in this game, he's going to run a player development program for a big league club. Wouldn't you love to hear that conversation? 1-2 to Abreu. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him a fastball elevated, and the inning is over. Well, they stay with the lefty, and it pays off. To the 8th we go. 5-5, Sox and O's on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Don't miss the biggest Maytag sale of the year at Lowe's. You'll find the Maytag appliances you need when you need them at a great price. Plus, when you buy 2 select laundry appliances, you'll get up to a $100 bonus via instant rebate. Shop Maytag at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 5/31. See store for pricing and offer details. Advertise savings on all major Maytag appliances through Maytag.com and participating retailers. Prices may vary. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Yo, this is Flavor Flav, and I am coming at you with one of my flavor faves, Raisin Cane's. So when you're looking for flavor fast, order in a flash, online or on their app. Raisin Cane's. One love.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, going the extra mile for your business pays off. With 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com, you can earn more points to help grow your business. And with access to more than 1,400 lounges globally through the American Express Global Lounge Collection, including the Centurion Lounge,
can I get you a refill?
You can stay fresh wherever your business travel takes you. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/AmexBusiness.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, the Red Sox going for it. Justin Slayton is on here as we go into the 8th inning, tied at 5. Herb Chambers batting order, O'Hearn, Mountcastle, and Mullins, brought to you by Herb Chambers Kia of Burlington. 5-5, and Slayton has been in that wonderful psycho mode of late. He's really dialed it back in, talking to himself on the mound, blowing it by hitters. He has been overworked. He pitches for the 22nd time.
Gosh.
Trying to keep this game tied. The pitch is low. It's too many times this year, Will, Alex Cora has been put in this position where he goes to the high leverage relievers to keep a game tied, to hope you win it. 1-0. The pitch is low. Campbell stays in the game, by the way, and plays second base. And it's just not how you want to manage. He's had to do it, but it just puts so much strain on the bullpen. And it means these games, you do need to win them. 2-0. The pitch is popped out. Because with what they're doing right here, I mean, Slayton's not going to pitch in the nightcap, nor is Wilson.
And he threw 8 pitches yesterday, which makes him available here for this one. But yeah, probably not going to see him in the second game. But yeah, they've covered so many innings, and they've been high leverage spots.
2-1 is a strike on the outside corner. We just saw Marcelo Meyer getting in an Uber from Worcester down to Fenway Park. Media everywhere, cameras. He said, the adrenaline I felt when I heard that I was coming to Fenway was unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. 2-2 is swung on and fouled out of the mitt. Narvaez just can't quite hang on. Apparently, hilariously, Nesson showed a Delta plane, and Loomer said, there's only one guy on that plane, and it's coming from Worcester. That'd be a short flight.
I'm sure the JetBlue sponsors love that.
2-2 is fouled off on the third base side. I mean, he'll be here in 45 minutes. And,
well, at least it's a Saturday.
Yeah, not as much traffic in downtown Boston. He looked totally comfortable. did Marcelo. Can't wait to see him. 2-2 is in the dirt. We'll talk a lot about him tonight. The focus is right here, right now. This game is tied at 5. And a big pitch coming here from Slayton, 3-2 to Ryan O'Hearn, who's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch his last time.
Yeah, so even as much as Slayton has been used, the velocity still consistently 97, 98. Command not exactly dialed here in this first hitter, though.
3-2. Here's the pitch, and it is grounded up the middle. Story dives, he can't get it. It's into the outfield. That's a base hit. Not exactly illustrious range there. He was played up the middle. That was hit hard and into center field. A leadoff hit for O'Hearn.
Yeah, that ball's hit hard. He covered a lot of ground. But, you know, looking at the metrics on Story, they've been really down on him defensively as far as outs above average, defensive runs saved. Very far down from where he is accustomed to being in those metrics.
Nobody out. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Tied at 5 in this top of the 8th. The pitch. That's a good one. Cut fastball in the inside corner, 0-1. Mountcastle 0 for 3. First base side of the rubber. 0-1. Broken back grounder up the middle, could be 2. Campbell flips behind his back to Story for 1. Over to first, not in time. Very close. The Red Sox will look to the video room. That's a pretty slick play by Campbell just in the game.
Very difficult, high difficulty play by Campbell. He has to come in. That ball's not hit hard, so he receives it about 5 feet in front of second base. The only way to get the ball to Story is behind, not behind your back, but flip it backwards towards Story. And yeah, Mountcastle just beats that out.
So now they'll run for Mountcastle with Mateo. That's pretty slick for Campbell on the bench for the first 7 innings of the game to have the presence of mind to make that play. Big to get the lead runner.
That's exactly it. Initially, you probably think as a young player, let me make sure of 1 out, go to first. But you know you don't want that tying run at second base. So that's a huge out.
1 on, 1 out. Here's Cedric Mullins. Mateo the runner now. He looks ready to go. Big lead. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
So many times we've seen Mullins late in games against the Red Sox in his career with big swings, so you really got to dial it in here against him.
Sogard in at third, backed up on the middle. The 0-1 way outside. That was almost like a half pitch out. They thought Mateo might take off
100%.
there. Slayton is not the quickest Red Sox pitcher to the plate. 1-1, the pitch. That's low with a cutter. And it's 2-1 to the always dangerous Cedric Mullins. Actually, only 1 steal against him and only 1 attempt. Mateo's got a big lead held by Toro. Not going. The 2-1. That's a strike. Cutter. Beauty. Looked like Mullins was sort of in take mode there, and it's 2-2.
Totally did. He had no intention of swinging the bat right there. A cutter. I mean, that's perfect pitch, bottom of the zone. Would be surprised. I would think Mateo is on the move right here.
2-2. 1 down. Mateo leads. He goes. The pitch is inside. Narvaez's throw is dropped by Story. They had him maybe. That was bang, bang down there at the bag. Sort of to the third base side of the bag.
That's what made it tough, was the throw was on the shortstop side of second base. So Story reaches across his body and tries to pull it over as quick as he can to make that quick tag, because it would have had to have been that quick to get him. Trying to get a good look here. I think he would have just beat it anyways. But still, you'd never know.
3-2 to Mullins. Big pitch. Here it is, and it is fouled back to the screen. Look, hey, in a vacuum, each of these individual things you brush aside. No big deal. Strikeouts with runners in scoring position. Little slumps. Diving plays not made. Tags not applied, but they're starting to pile up a little bit here. 5-5. Go-ahead run for the O's at second base. Slayton throws. Breaking ball misses. A 3-2 curveball. Maybe spooked by that big swing on the fastball at the top of the zone. So 2 on with 1 out for the Orioles and Heston Kierstad, and here comes Andrew Bailey. And again, no matter what happens here with Slayton, good, bad, the other, it has to be said, these Red Sox bullpen arms are being pressed into action way too often.
And it's still May, right? And you're having guys that are pacing 60 appearances in a season. Multiple guys, 3 to 4 guys pacing 60 appearances. Normally you have 1. It's a lot. It's not sustainable. These starters have to start working deeper into games. They have to find a way, whether it is Cora allowing them to work a third time through the lineup, or they be more effective, which they just haven't been.
And all of them this week have been different. Crochet, 85 pitches, protecting him for the long term. Bayo, kind of a statement after 4 sort of really bad innings from him. Today, Dobbins, they didn't want him to face the lineup the third time, and they're in a pickle again. Here's Kerstad, 2 on, 1 out, the pitch. He is a strike. Beautiful cutter on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Today, Dobbins threw 72 pitches, 0-1 pitch. Inside, almost hit him. And look, I understand the numbers, the book on him. It gets loud second and third times through. But that really hurts you if you got a guy in the rotation who can throw 72 pitches and see a lineup 2 times, especially with everything else that's going on. 1-1, the pitch is a double play ball up the middle. Story's got it on the bag at second for 1, over to first, 2 double play. What a pitch from Justin Slayton, and the inning is over. Bottom 8 is next. We are tied at 5. The Red Sox will have Narvaez, Sogard, and Story scheduled after this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your dream getaway,
welcome in,
starts at the airport. With Amex Platinum, you get access to the Centurion Lounge, where you can find space to send off that last work email, fill up on premium dining, and finally, relax for up to 3 hours before takeoff. You might even wish your layover could last just a little longer.
Flight to Mexico, now boarding.
Oh, that's me.
That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. For more information, visit americanexpress.com/withAmex.
You know a safe-ish home security solution when you see one. The stuff that kind of seems like it works, but doesn't. The key under your welcome mat, the security camera that isn't a real camera, the guard dog on duty sign when everyone knows the dog is Mr. Buttons. The thing is, safe-ish doesn't actually keep you and your home safe. But ADT can help. With smart, easy-to-use security you can rely on. Don't settle for safe-ish. Get ADT.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's Tracy from Lily's of Charleston.
Hi, y'all. We make barbecue sauce, hot sauce, and specialty popcorn.
They get help from Amazon to grow their small business faster.
They handle all our shipping and logistics, which is a big help.
All loaded up. Have a great day, Tracy.
Hot stuff, Tracy.
Ooh, honey.
Shop small business on Amazon.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Carlos Narvaez trying to really make times feel so good as we go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Big pitch there by Slayton, tied at 5. It'll be Narvaez. And then Sogard and Story. I think an interesting decision could be looming in the Red Sox dugout if somebody gets on base here. Yenier Cano, who has not been himself this season, sort of hot and cold. 20th appearance of 5.06 ERA for some time. One of the great relievers in the game. A mountain of a man, maybe not quite Felix Bautista, but here he is, doubled over on the mound, and he will see Narvaez to begins things in the 8th. 5-5 the score. The pitch is fouled off. He is ready to hit Narvaez. That was center cut, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Cano, to your point, hasn't been as effective as the previous 2 seasons. And he's still running the sinker up there, averaging about 96. He's got that really good changeup he's known for, a slider, and a cutter.
0-1. The pitch is a strike. Man, if Carlos is looking for that, it's at the cask and flagon. That was a hanging slider on the inside corner, but that's the power of that big fastball from Cano. And it is 0-2. Narvaez is 1 for 3 with a double. The pitch is chopped foul. Another
Warner for the Red Sox, number 44.
Balanced swing from Narvaez. He doesn't seem to be that worried
44, Chapman.
when he gets in an 0-2 count. Chapman is up for the Red Sox in the bullpen. which means this is sort of a chips in the middle of the table effort for Alex Cora in game one. The 0-2 looper down the right field line, foul. And out of play. And it stays 0-2. The results of our poll from the New England Chevy dealers question of the day coming up. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. 0-2 outside, good take. Find exciting offers too on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. We asked who should be the Red Sox cleanup hitter. Fittingly, Carlos is the cleanup man. He's in there. 1-2. The pitch is strike three call. That's just a dotted slider. Not much Narvaez can do. You tip your helmet, and there's one away. The fans think that Roman Anthony, by a count of 45-39 over Abreu, should be the cleanup hitter. I don't see that anytime soon.
You haven't seen the big league pitch, but yeah, sure, why not? Makes sense.
I do like Narvaez in the spot. He's delivered, and he's also so mature at the plate for a rookie. So, Carlos is gone, and here is Nick Sogard facing Cano. What a pro at bat last time to drive in a run and a ground out. The pitch is way outside of sinker. 1-0.
Yeah, this is a perfect at bat for Sogard as a left-handed batter against Cano. Just set your sights to left center. Try to drive the ball that way.
1-0 to Sogard. The pitch is strike. What a changeup. That's that splitter from Cano, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, 92 miles an hour. It's essentially, you have to treat it like a two-seamer. But his sinker at 96 has got 8 more inches of drop than the average two-seamer.
That'll do. 1-1. Pitch is fouled off. Another change. Now, that was the one to handle, but, again, this is such a nasty mix from Cano, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, it's the release, too, right? You're getting a 6'5", 250, long arms, and it's just coming right at you, and then everything runs away from you as a lefty.
1-2. Pitch. High fly into left field. Mullins and O'Hearn come together, and about 40 feet in front of the track, the left fielder O'Hearn is there to make the play. 2 down. I don't think either of these clubs really wants this game to go extra innings.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
And that's not only because of the length of the day, but it's the lack of bullpen options for both these teams. Now here's Trevor's story. No time like right now to find lightning in a bottle. 2 down, bases empty. The pitch is outside. Don't you think, Will, as much as he's struggling, this is a spot to just, no matter what the changeup looks like, sell out for the fastball and try to drive it.
Sell out. You know he's going to pitch you in if he happens to spin you a slider, which he may.
1-0. The pitch is low, sinker, and it's 2-0. Now, even more the case here, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you got to take your shot. I mean, the way things are going, and I'll tell you what, he's due.
2-0. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Tie game. The pitch is swung on and fouled. He was looking heater. Late on 96. Out of play, and it's 2-1.
And, you know, when you're going like this, you just want to do something to feel like you're contributing to a win. You want to help the team, and there hadn't been a whole lot of that.
Abraham Toro would be next. 2-1 with 2 down. Pitch is strike on the inside corner. Fastball inside half. When he's feeling right, he can turn that pitch around, but takes that one, and it's 2-2. The Red Sox right now have Refsnyder alone on the bench with the backup catcher Connor Wong. I'm sure he'll catch game 2. Wong. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cano bent over at the waist. Story waits. 2-2. The pitch is swung on a miss. He got him with a changeup, and the inning is over. Struggles continue for Story. We go to the 9th inning. 5-5. Sox and O's. Chapman is coming on to keep the game tied on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You don't want vacation to end, but with Amex Platinum, you earn 5 times membership rewards points on prepaid hotels and more booked through AmexTravel.com. So you're already planning the next one. Book your room with fine hotels and resorts through Amex Travel and get an upgrade when available. Plus guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout, so you have time to check out the pool before flying off to what's next. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/with Amex CST 1022318.
Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's with big savings on the tools you need. Save $100 on the Craftsman V20 6-Tool Power Tool Combo Kit, now at $199. No matter what the project is, Craftsman's high-quality, high-performance products empower you to build on. Stop by your nearest Lowe's store and check out the full line of Craftsman tools today. Valid through 6/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Dedication isn't born in the light of day. It's carved in the quiet hours before the world blinks awake. At Boar's Head, we rise with a mission to deliver craftsmanship worthy of your table. A slice of something special folded into every moment worth savoring. Because dedication means delivering only the very best. Boar's Head, committed to craft since 1905.
What's on your list when considering a luxury SUV? Inspired design and comfort, impressive performance. If so, the 2025 Lincoln Aviator SUV checks every box, and then some. The Aviator offers an available 28-speaker sound system, perfect position front seats, best-in-class horsepower and torque, and much more. That makes the list of SUVs you're considering become much shorter. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class is large crossover premium utility starting at MSRP under $150,000.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, Aroldis Chapman is on here for the Red Sox. I got to be honest, as much as I love these City Connects, it looks a little Oakland A's with the yellow sleeves all the way down from Aroldis.
I'm all in on these unis.
He can look as whatever he wants. And I also love his new intro video where it starts with Louis Tiant firing up the cigar. Here's Emmanuel Rivera. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. The radar gun was off on that first pitch. Usually his first fastball, 98-99. It is 0-1 to Rivera, who's 1 for 3. 5-5, top 9. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. The 0-1. Chopper towards short. Story plays the second hop. Shoulder high, throws to first. In time, and Rivera is gone. Well, Chapman has been unbelievable for the Red Sox. Unfortunately, they've had to use him too often with the game tied.
Yep, too many of these close games. The Sox have done a good job of clawing back in these games and tying them up, but just missed opportunities to take the lead here late.
Red Sox have the bottom of the order due up in the bottom of the ninth. One out, here's Jackson Holliday. The pitch. Swing and a miss. I mean, he was trying to put the Orioles ahead right there. Good luck. 98, and it's 0-1.
I mean, it's so tough to string together multiple base runners against Aroldis Chapman. That's what you have to do, is just take your shot.
0-1. Third base side of the rubber. Chapman sets. The pitch is right there. I mean, that's a fastball at 99. 0-2. The Red Sox, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. 5-7-1 for the O's. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass Lottery. Celebrate the game you love for the baseball diamond of the lottery games that support all our 351 cities and towns. 0-2 to Holiday. Goodbye. Fastball on the outside corner. 2 away. 100. Painted.
Nice little C note. Just a Hundy painted. There's a reason lefties are batting 0-6-3 against this man.
Well, when Chapman came over, we were all sort of buckled up for all this stress, and it may well come, but it has not been that at all.
No, but look, he's cleaned up his mechanics a lot. We watched him work on that a lot in spring training, and he's throwing way more strikes.
2 down, here's Adley Rutschman. Ground ball toward third and foul. 98-mile-an-hour sinker, strike 1. Attendance, not yet official, and not a full house here in Game 1. It'll be packed here tonight. Game 2, the O's. Felix Bautista, the Oriole closer, is up in the Baltimore bullpen. 1-1, 2 down in the top of the ninth. Tie game. The pitch is just up and away. The attendance report brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. If you're craving some crunch, get fresh hand-breaded chicken tenders or crispy chicken sandwich. Spiced just right here in the ballpark. 1-1 to Rutschman. The pitch. Drive into left field, but off the end of the bat. It hangs up for Duran, who's back. He's there to make the play, and the inning is over. Chapman does the job again. 5-5, bottom 9 next. Toro, Campbell, and Cedon. After this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Lowe's knows when you need new appliances, you want them at a great price. Right now, get up to 40% off select major LG appliances. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major LG appliances $396 or more. And for a little extra peace of mind, get a 2-year warranty via the ThinQ app. Shop these and other Memorial Day deals at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, exclusions apply. Valid 5/15 through 6/4.
You don't want vacation to end, but with Amex Platinum, you earn 5 times membership rewards points on prepaid hotels and more booked through AmexTravel.com. So you're already planning the next one. Book your room with fine hotels and resorts through Amex Travel and get an upgrade when available. Plus guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout, so you have time to check out the pool before flying off to what's next. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/with AmexCST 10222318.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI. First base, 13.
Now here we go, Felix Bautista, back from long-term injury this season. For a couple years, the most dominant closer in the game. He has not really been that this year for the Orioles. A lot of walks. He blew his first official save in his last time out in Milwaukee. An ERA of 4.3. He's still got devastating stuff, but multiple walks in 4 of his 15 outings this season. Red Sox will have Abraham Toro, Christian Campbell, and Cedon Rafaela. Bottom 9 tied up at 5. He is massive, Bautista. He sets at his belt, and the first pitch to Toro is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, the sinker velocity's been averaging 97 this season. It's been seeing some hard contact, though, but that split still very good for him.
0-1 to Toro, who's homered. He's 1 for 3. Pitch is inside. Campbell is on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. 1-1 to Torres. He had big hits late in these games of late for the Red Sox. 1-1. The pitch is ripped on the ground to first. It's handled there by the new first baseman O'Hearn. He moved in from left, and Toro is the first out of the 9th. Kerstad moves from right to left, and Dylan Carlson is into the game for the Orioles to play in right. So now here comes Christian Campbell, who rocked a ball that was caught at third by Ramon Urias his last time, and first time as a pinch hitter in the 7th. 1 out, bottom 9. Weissert throwing for the Sox. The pitch is fouled back. I love that. He was ready to go.
That was a great swing.
Balance. That's as good as he's looked at the plate in a while.
Yeah, look, you need him to stay aggressive, because when things aren't going well, these young hitters, they fall into these passive habits and they start taking too many strikes.
0-1 to Campbell. Batista's ready. He throws, and the pitch is ripped on a line to short. Caught by Henderson. Big things coming for Campbell. They're 2 away.
I'm telling you, that ball was smoked. Just about caught Gunnar Henderson.
And that's 2 loud outs for the Red Sox here. But they're outs indeed. And now 2 down for Cedon Rafaela. That one left the bat at 103. You'd love to get Duran and especially Devers up. Here's Cedon. 2 down, bases empty. Tie game in the 9th. The pitch is a check swing. He definitely went around. That's a hard sinker in under the hands, and it's 0-1.
And you see why he can be so nasty. That 2-seamer looks like it's inner third and just bearing in on the hands towards the back leg of Cedon.
Well, we're learning one thing about the Red Sox. They are not going to use Aroldis Chapman for 2 innings ever until maybe September, maybe October. 0-1. 2 down. Tie game in the 9th. The 0-1 to Rafaela comes home, and it is swung on and missed. Good splitter. And it is 0-2. I mean, Chapman threw 8 pitches, 7 strikes, and Weissert is up. They're not going to do it back-to-back.
Totally. And if you want Chapman to be able to throw in game 2 if you need him, that's what you have to do.
Yeah. 0-2 to Cedon. The pitch is chopped foul on the third base side. The Orioles will have the big hitters, so to speak, due up. Gunnar Henderson, then Urias and O'Hearn. Adley Rutschman, the catcher, is due to be the automatic runner. I don't think they'll do anything there because they already have their backup, Rivera, out of the game. 0-2. Cedon waits. The pitch is fouled off. He's staying alive. Splitter. And it remains 0-2.
Yeah, 3 splits in a row. After trying to speed him up, you wonder if he tries to go up above the zone with the gas.
Maybe it can land out on Lansdowne Street if he misses. 0-2. Tie game in the 9th. The pitch is swung on a loop down the right field line toward the pesky pole. Slicing foul. Cedon knew it. So a one-hand follow through there. He is battling, and it stays 0-2.
He does do a good job of shortening up, and anything close, whether it's in that gray area, that buffer zone, he does a good job of just getting the bat on the ball.
0-2 to Rafaela. Here's the pitch, and it is chopped softly to the shortstop. Henderson, he runs in, gloves, throws to first, and it's just in time. 3 up, 3 down in the 9th. We will play extras at Fenway Park, tied at 5. Of course we will, on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Samsung. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more. Like the Samsung Bespoke French Door Refrigerator, featuring beverage center and dual ice maker. Shop at Lowe's today. We help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Memorial Day savings are here at the Home Depot with free delivery and up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $450 off select appliances like LG. Plan your get-togethers with an LG refrigerator you can count on at the Home Depot. And with the connected ThinQ app, you'll know when to replace the filter. Spend less time worrying this Memorial Day with savings on LG, America's most reliable appliance brand, at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid May 15th through June 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Unparalleled performance, innovative technology, premium aesthetics. TimberTech Decking at Riverhead Building Supply brings you all that and more. TimberTech endures year after year without fading, staining, or rotting. Learn more at rbscorp.com.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Greg Weissert has the 10th inning for the Red Sox. We're tied at 5. Sox have played a lot of extra inning games early in this season. 7 to be exact. They are 3-1 here at Fenway Park. Not easy for Weissert. Heart of the order, Gunnar Henderson, with Adley Rutschman, the automatic runner. Weissert throws, and he beautifully paints a fastball in the outside corner. 0-1. Henderson has looked scary today. He's singled, he's doubled, he's twice been called out on strikes. Campbell way back in the hole at second. Toro off the line and back at first. Rutschman leading at second. 0-1. The pitch is fouled back. Man alive, that was a challenge fastball. Henderson fouled it back, and it's 0-2.
I love when Weissert leans on his fastball. Hitters haven't had a ton of success against it, batting just 121 against that four-seamer. He does have to locate against this part of the lineup, though.
0-2. The pitch coming home to Henderson. Here it is, and it is fouled back. He went back to the fastball. Weissert overall this season has pitched 23 times, 21 innings with 19 hits. 21 strikeouts, only 6 walks. He's got Henderson 0-2. This has been a huge problem for the Red Sox. Got to put hitters away. 0-2. Weissert sets, looks to second. He throws. Swing and a miss. He got him. Sweeper. Beauty from Weissert. He buried that 2-strike pitch, and there's one away.
And what I love about that sweeper is he's trying to backdoor it. He knows if I throw this in and I miss, it runs into the barrel of Gunnar Henderson, but also gives him the chance to try to pull it and move that base runner over. That one stays down and away for swing and miss. That's a big first out.
Man, the leadoff man in these extra innings with the automatic runner is so important. Here's Ramon Urias. They play him the other way in the outfield, backed up on the dirt. The pitch is high with a fastball. The Red Sox have it set up. I mean, Bautista allegedly might stay in the game, although they look like they got Gregory Soto up in the bullpen to the Orioles, because you got Duran, Devers, and then the rest of the Red Sox lineup after that. 1-0. The pitch is just outside. That should have been called a strike.
That's a strike. That's in the zone.
Wow. Wow.
That was one of those where Narvaez was set up in, the pitch was away, but got every bit of the plate.
Strike is a strike. 2-0. Hope that doesn't backfire. The pitch is a strike, and actually called one. Fastball, and it's there, 2-1. And Gregory Soto came on yesterday against the lefties and got torched.
Loud noises, right, from both Duran and Devers.
2-1. Big pitch here. Rechman leads at second. Weissert throws, and he checks his swing, does Urias. The fastball up and in. And it's 3-1.
Urias very aggressive on fastballs. I would not be surprised to see a slider, hopefully located here.
1 out, tie game in the 10th. The 3-1 is a strike on the inside corner. That's the first time he's called that against a right-handed hitter. I mean, Mike Mashlinsky is nodding his head like, yes, of course that's a strike.
Well, it's been a strike a lot today. He did miss one earlier in this at-bat on the fastball away.
Well, he's been consistently wrong. I'll give him that. And that's a big break for Weissert. 3-2. Runner at second. Tie game in the 10th. Weissert shakes and says yes. Narvaez on a knee. Here's the 3-2, and it is popped into right field. Coming on is Abreu. He'll get there and make the play. Rutschman will not tag at second, and they're 2 away in the top of the 10th.
I'll tell you what, great job working back in that count by Weissert, being aggressive with his stuff. It's another big out.
So here now, Ryan O'Hearn, who's looked quite good at the plate. He is the first baseman, started this game as the left fielder. And they're going to put him on. You understand that completely. Andrew Bailey is coming on. Against right-handed pitching this year, O'Hearn hitting .319. You do invite some real risk, though. I mean, 2 outs. You're making a pretty gutsy call here, because the runner has not advanced to third base. And as the home team, I mean, in a lot of ways, you're just trying to hold serve and say, all right, if they score the 1 run, we got our big hitters coming up.
Totally.
But now with 2 outs and a runner at second, you rarely see that. That is a risky proposition. Here comes Jorge Mateo. They love the matchup, Weissert on Mateo.
For sure. And this gives your infield, can have a little more range to keep that ball in the infield and know they have a short out at second base if needed.
Weissert has faced Mateo only 1 time. He did retire him. A .205 hitter. Makes sense. O'Hearn has been so hot at the plate. 2 on, 2 out in the 10th. Tie game. Weissert is ready. The pitch. And that is called a ball. Fastball looked a little low.
Just down.
And it's
Good
1-0.
spot. Good spot against a guy who's aggressive early in counts.
2 outs, then an intentional walk. 2 on, 2 out. 1-0 is a strike on the inside corner. And it's 1-1. Trying to get out of this right here, and then 1 run would win it. 1-1. Outfield a step toward right center field. Here's the pitch, and it is fouled on the first base side. Man, I think Weissert got away with one there. That's pretty center cut, but Mateo late, and it's 1-2.
It had some late tailing action just before it got to the hitting zone. Got off the hands just enough.
1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Inning over. The Orioles do not score. And with the automatic runner coming on to second base in the bottom of the 10th, Red Sox can win it with just 1. Bottom 10 next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's with big savings on the tools you need. Save $100 on the Craftsman V20 6-tool Power Tool Combo Kit, now at $199. No matter what the project is, Craftsman's high-quality, high-performance products empower you to build on. Stop by your nearest Lowe's store and check out the full line of Craftsman tools today. Valid through 6/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, you have the card that helps businesses dream bigger. Get a flexible spending limit that adapts with your business and earn 1.5 times membership rewards points on select business purchases. So you can stock up on what you need to take your business further and get rewarded for growing bigger. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Not all purchases will be approved. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/Amex Business.
Did the largest panoramic display in its class help the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus to be named Motor Trend's 2025 SUV of the Year? Maybe. Maybe it's because the Lincoln Nautilus offers both a gas and an available hybrid powertrain. Perhaps it's the new Lincoln Digital Experience, available 28-speaker sound system, or second-row legroom that is among the most in its class. Maybe it's a bit of everything. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln. The power of sanctuary. Class is medium, premium utility. Motor Trend 2025 SUV of the Year is a registered trademark of Motor Trend Group, LLC. All rights reserved.
Cats are kind of experts on life. Hey, they get 9 runs at it, so we could learn a thing or two. Or 9. Like aim high, because you'll always land on your feet. Or that 14-hour naps are a necessity. And to not let things get too heavy. Cats lighten our lives. We lighten yours. At Cat's Pride, our naturally lightweight litter performs like heavy litter, but is up to 40% lighter than traditional scoopable litter, meaning you'll never have to lift a crazy heavy litter box again, which is totally zen. Cat's Pride. Lighten your life.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Here we go, bottom 10, tie game 5-5, and the wheels are turning. Tony Mansolino brings on the lefty Gregory Soto. The Red Sox have Duran, Devers, and Abreu slated to hit, and a lot of strategy going on here. It's almost impossible to fathom a spot that Devers faces Soto under any circumstances unless Soto were to walk Duran. Cedon, the automatic runner at second. Here is the pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. If Duran moves Rafaela any way he can to third base, first base open, they're going to walk Devers.
Totally.
0-1. How about Jaron just renders it all moot? He smashed the ball against this pitcher yesterday. 0-1. Pitch is popped up on the infield. The shortstop Henderson coming on. He is there to make the play. Well, no shot in the Milky Way that Devers will see a pitch here from Soto. They will put him on with 1 out and Rafaela at second. And out of the Red Sox dugout, here comes Rob Refsnyder to pinch hit for Abreu. I mean, as I say that, Rutschman is looking into that third base dugout. I mean, Devers homered off of Soto yesterday.
All right.
Wow. I beg your pardon. I cannot believe they're going to let him hit here. I cannot believe it. Here is Soto at the belt. And he spins around. I mean, I know it's left on left, Will, but this is not your regular left-handed hitter.
No, it's not. And these first two pitches will be telling if they're pitching around him or not.
Rafaela, the winning run at second. The pitch to Rafi is swung on and fouled off on the third base side. That was a challenge fastball at 98, and it's 0-1. Wow.
All right. Here we go.
Incredible. 0-1. Rafaela leads at second. The pitch is swung and grounded up the middle into center field. Base hit. Ball game over. They pitch to Rafi. They pay the price. Red Sox win it 6-5. That is absurd to pitch to him. The Red Sox will take it, and they win game one of the doubleheader.
What are you doing? This is why they are now 16-34. Decisions like that. This is the hottest hitter in all of baseball, maybe outside of Aaron Judge. And even left on left, he hit him over the bullpen yesterday. You're going to let him face him? What are you doing?
Is Devers hot or what?
Sizzling.
48 RBIs to lead big league baseball. Pitch to him at your own peril. 6-5 the final. Red Sox win it. Nissan postgame show next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Shop Lowe's Memorial Day deals, including 40% off select major LG appliances. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major LG appliances $396 or more. Like LG refrigerators with slow melting craft ice. Just what you need for next level entertaining with family and friends all summer long. Lowe's, we help, you save. See associate for more details. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. Valid 5/15 through 6/4.
When you're ready to replace windows in your home with Marvin Windows and Doors, the team at Riverhead Building Supply can help.
We know that the installation process can seem scary, but we'll put your mind at ease.
Browse our complete replacement window and door collection to learn how Marvin Windows and Doors offer durability, style, and strength.
We'll help you select your new Marvin Windows and Doors.
Visit a Riverhead Building Supply location or rbscorp.com.
Summer is calling and Macy's is answering with outdoor living essentials to help you create unforgettable memories in your own backyard. Think great outdoor furniture deals like the 9-piece Bristol teakwood set, now $23.99. And even better, we'll deliver it, set it up, and whisk away all that packaging too. It's that easy to make home your favorite summer destination. But hurry in, Macy's Memorial Day sale is going on now. Savings off sale and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply. Furniture delivery fees may also apply.
This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Red Sox win it 6-5. Just a totally inexplicable decision by the Baltimore Orioles, even left on left, to go after Rafi Devers, who for the second time this week has a walk-off hit, and the Red Sox win game one of this doubleheader by the final score of 6-5. Nissan postgame show. Kickstart your summer with Nissan. These offers are going fast at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Shop your local Nissan store, NissanUSA.com today. Red Sox 5 runs, 7 hits. Rather, 6 runs, 7 hits. I beg your pardon. And the Orioles 6 runs, 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Boston in this game leaves on 5, and the Orioles strand 8. Winning pitcher is Greg Weissert. The loser, Gregory Soto, who gave up the big hit to Rafi Devers to end it. Red Sox fell behind 2-0. Couple homers from Duran and Willier tied it, and from there the Red Sox really battled hard to make this an extra innings win. We'll step aside and come back for more from Fenway. 6-5 Red Sox win on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Samsung. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more. Like the Samsung Bespoke French Door Refrigerator, featuring beverage center and dual ice maker. Shop at Lowe's today. We help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Running our small family business, 3 Farm Daughters in North Dakota, isn't easy. We get a lot of help from Amazon. They don't make our homegrown pastas, but they do handle all of our shipping and logistics, which makes a big difference.
Learn more about how Amazon supports small businesses at aboutamazon.com.
Yeah, boy! You're getting hungry. Very, very hungry. Now look into my clock. And when your boy Flavor Flav counts from 3, you're gonna go to Cane's and you're gonna order hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and secret Cane's sauce. 3, 2, 1.
Order for Flavor Flav.
I guess it worked. Raising Cane's. One love.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With McValue at McDonald's, you don't just get deals on the drinks, you get deals on McDonald's drinks. So when you're breaking a sweat, embrace the chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Don't just pass the vibe check. Ace it with drinks like Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, or any size soft drink for $1.39. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hi, I'm John Tobin, co-owner of Laugh Boston and a proud board member of Smile Mass. Our mission is simple. We help families raising children and adults with disabilities live happy, healthy lives through education, recreation, and vacation experiences. Join us on June 2nd, 2025 at Red Tail Golf Course in Devens, Mass. for the first annual Smile Mass Golf Tournament. Whether you're swinging for a great cause or looking to sponsor, we'd love to have you. To become a sponsor, contact golf@smilemass.org. That's golf@smilemass.org.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What a win for the Red Sox in 10 innings. Devers delivers again 6-5, and the Sox have taken 2 in a row against the Baltimore Orioles. Abraham Toro, who's been great for the Red Sox here this week, is kind enough to join us down from the Sox clubhouse. And look, Abraham, it's been a wild couple of days. Bad weather, delays, cancellations. You've been waiting to get the first 2 of these in a long while. You've been a big part of these wins, but it must feel good after all the waiting to get these first 2.
Oh yeah, it always feels good when you win. Doesn't matter if it's cold or hot, but when you win, everything is better.
You've been a big part of this, and your swing in the fifth inning of this game, the Red Sox, you fall behind 2-0, and then Duran and Abreu go deep to tie the thing. Then the Orioles get 3 runs after you have to pull Hunter out of the game. I thought your swing was a real momentum swing. You'd lined out sharply to right. You must have been feeling good at the plate when he came to the bat in the fifth.
Yeah, I mean, this is the good thing about this team. It doesn't matter if we're down for 1 run or 5 run. Everybody's just one good at bat at a time, and it's about quality at bats and pass the baton.
Abraham, what's interesting and cool to me is watching both you and Nick come up from AAA, and I know you've had big league experience. He's had a little bit as well, but in no moment seems too big for you. You seem so calm. Where do you find that sort of like slow heartbeat in any moment?
I just think it comes from experience, and also, I've been doing a great job with our mental department, and just trying to slow the game down and not be too rushed.
That's really interesting to me that you say that. I know it's a point of emphasis with the Red Sox. What goes into that, Abraham? Like, what do they say to you? How do you find a way this game can go so fast, it's a game of failure. What messages do you take into the batter's box with you?
Well, I mean, it's individual, and when you go about your day and your routine, for me mentally, and it's about putting every situation in my head. I go out there and I imagine being 0-2 or 2-0 even before the game starts, and when I get in the game, I just feel more comfortable because I feel like I've been having those mental reps before the game.
It's a crazy time right now for the Red Sox. You lose Casas a few weeks ago. You come up to really fill the void. Romy gets hurt. You see more of the action. You're really swinging the bat well. Now Bregman down. We hear that Marcelo Meyer's on his way up. You're going to play a lot of first, a lot of third. How about this opportunity the Red Sox are giving you?
It's tough. A guy like Bregman is somebody you can't replace. And I've played with him for a while in Houston, and for me, it's just doing my part. Whatever they ask me to do, I'll be ready, and just trying to help the team win.
How about the heater that Devers is on? I don't care what any analytics says, Abraham, and I'm not asking you to comment on it, but we stood up here and said, unless they walk Duran, I don't see any universe where they pitch to Devers. They do, and he pays the price. How is it watching firsthand, up close and personal, this heater that Rafi's on?
Oh my God, it's so impressive, and it just feels like every time it's a big moment he comes through, and even when he gets out, I feel like it's always a tough at bat. You see the pitchers throwing, he's got 8-9 pitches per at bat. He's just so tough to get out right now.
You spent spring training with Marcelo Meyer. He's coming up. He's in an Uber. He said he just felt an adrenaline rush like he's never experienced in his life. You remember what that moment was like. What can you tell our fans about what they can expect from Marcelo?
Oh my God, when you talk about Marcelo, he's just pure talent, and he's just so smooth, and the game just, it almost looks like it's in slow motion, his swing, and even on defense. And for me, it's just, I hope he keeps doing what he's doing, and he's going to be just fine.
We really appreciate the time, Abraham. It's been so fun to watch you play, and this has been a rocky stretch for the Red Sox. This is such a pressurized moment and market here in Boston, but you seem like you're totally up for it, and we really appreciate watching you play and you taking the time today. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's Abraham Torra, who like Nick Sogard and like so many of these Red Sox players, has really kind of steadied things in a spot where without Casas, without Bregman, things could have gone south. So the Red Sox get a big win. They pitch to Devers. They pay the price, and that is that. Joe Wiles got the rest of the Nissan postgame show. I know that he's going to check in with Marcelo Meyer between games. We'll hope to get Alex Cora, but what a day. The Red Sox win Game 1. Meyer coming up. A chance to win at least the series, if not sweep it with a win tonight. We'll be back in a little bit with the conclusion of the Nissan postgame show with Joe Wiles right after this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Samsung. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more, like the Samsung Bespoke French Door Refrigerator featuring beverage center and dual ice maker. Shop at Lowe's today. We help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, going the extra mile for your business pays off. With 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com, you can earn more points to help grow your business. And with access to more than 1,400 lounges globally through the American Express Global Lounge Collection, including the Centurion Lounge,
can I get you a refill?
You can stay fresh wherever your business travel takes you. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/AmexBusiness.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
People talk about trailblazing, but how do you really blaze a trail? With all-terrain tires, tubular roof rack, a lifted suspension, and a rugged build that craves adventure, this is the off-road unlocked. From our U.S. factories to your driveway, find your path with the Nissan Pathfinder, now with a lower price. Available feature. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
Next Level Pet people give their dogs next level protection from parasites with NexGard Plus, Afoxolaner, Moxidectin, and Pyrantel chewable tablets. The one-and-done monthly treatment protects against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. NexGard Plus comes in a tasty beef-flavored chew, so you don't have to use next-level tricks to get your dog to take it. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventative. Talk to your vet about NexGard Plus for next-level protection for your dog.
Lowe's sabe que ahora más que nunca buscas el precio más bajo. Por eso, cuenta con nuestra garantía de precios bajos para obtener lo que necesitas a precios competitivos para tus proyectos. Y si encuentras un artículo igual a un precio más bajo que califica, te lo igualaremos. Lowe's, nosotros ayudamos, tú ahorras. Igualación de precio aplica al artículo igual con un precio actual en tiendas calificadas. Aplican términos y exclusiones. Detalles en lowes.com/garantía precios bajos.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A walk-off win for the Red Sox in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. They take it over the Orioles 6-5 in 10 innings. Rafael Devers with a walk-off single in the 10th against